sprayed by these teenage girls over the weekend. Another one of these videos that popped up.
I understand this, right? On a golf course, you occasionally see an animal, but like a raccoon's not supposed to be out in the middle of the day.
No.
Like when it's 12:30 in the heat.
Yeah.
There was a raccoon walking towards our green. We were playing in Prattville on Friday.
Probably on drugs.
Well, we were thinking it was rabid.
Yeah, it could be.
Good chance.
Yeah.
I mean,
We're
they are nocturnal. I mean, that makes no sense.
I mean, you know how hot it was Friday. 12:30 bright. It wasn't in a shady area. It was just walking in the sun towards us. We were like, that thing's rabid as hell. Let's get out of here.
And even during the day, they'll typically avoid the light or people or noise or any of that.
Yeah.
A Ryanair passenger reportedly.
You know who I thought it was?
Who?
Thought it was a brown bandit ready for football season.
Close enough, man.
Just a
48
raccoon,
days.
just a rabid raccoon.
Ryanair passenger was reportedly saved by his wife after a cabin window dislodged during a flight from Greece to Germany, leaving his head and shoulders outside of the aircraft.
This scares me so much.
Now, the incident occurred Friday, July 10th, aboard Ryanair flight FR 1879, which was traveling from Greece to Germany. The Boeing 737, operated by Ryanair subsidiary Malta Air, climbed to roughly 16,000 feet before the pilots abandoned the ascent, returned to the airport where the plane landed safely. Local reports claim debris from an apparent engine malfunction shattered the acrylic passenger window, causing the cabin to rapidly depressurize. However, the exact cause of the damage has not been officially confirmed.
So if he doesn't have his belt on, he's gone.
Oh, yeah.
But his belt just means his head was hanging out the window. Can you imagine?
According to a witness, quote, the head and shoulders of one passenger were outside of the window, adding the man had fortunately kept his seatbelt fastened. The passenger, reportedly 61-year-old Serbian man, was prevented from being completely pulled through the opening after his wife grabbed and held onto his legs. That is terrifying.
Do you keep your belt on when you're in the seat?
I usually don't.
I usually do. Not for this reason. Just, I don't know. Just if I'm not getting up, why go to the hassle of unbuckling?
Well, normally I just loosen it.
Yeah,
I'll keep it on, but I'll loosen it so it's just kind of there.
Well, I play it loose anyway.
Yeah.
Depending on how long the flight is, I know I'm at least going to get up once.
I never get up if I can.
Well,
if I can
fight
avoid
it as long as I can.
If I can avoid it.
I do too.
No,
if you're on a 4-hour plus, it's really hard not to do it.
Let's get off this plane because I got to pee. I'm that guy.
Yeah, I know.
Let's keep moving.
Well, I start doing the math. I look at flight time remaining, and then you consider, well, you could get delayed getting to the gate.
I've had 2 Diet Cokes.
I've had 2 Diet Cokes.
When we came back, we were on the tarmac for 2.5 hours. And then it was a 4-hour flight, so roughly 7 hours.
But Brown, they at least got free drinks, right?
No.
Oh, they didn't get free drinks.
AC turn off?
AC was off the whole time on the tarmac. It was
Well,
terrible.
at least you weren't in the Caribbean.
But then, sent Delta a nice detailed response.
You did?
Maddie did.
Maddie did?
A couple of weeks ago, no response.
You knew the answer to that before
Yeah, I know.
No response.
Ask and answer.
Yes. So Delta didn't even respond to Maddie? What, she sent him a DM?
No, they're like, if you've got a problem with the flight or whatever, just list out, and there was a million things that went down. But,
why was Maddie's opinion of my hands being discussed on the show the other day?
Oh, we were just talking about soft hands.
Oh.
She was talking about how
She's
soft
always,
hands
did y'all also say she tells me I smell good?
I
We haven't
don't
gotten to
remember that.
one
But,
yet.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Maddie
Well,
always.
I did mention that Maddie wasn't the only one. Different remotes we've gone to over
Oh,
the
no,
years
I've got
have been-
soft hands. I do not deny I've got soft hands. The only issue with my hands, I've got, you see that callus right there from golf.
How do you
And
still have
then
a
I got-
callus from golf, though?
Next Round shirts, Next Round hoodies, and Next Round hats all in one place, nextround.store. Find your favorite piece of gear from your favorite show and put it in your rotation. You never know, you might be in one of our videos showing Next Round gear being worn all over the world. Find all of your favorite Next Round gear by visiting nextround.store. Place an order for you and that big Next Round fan in your life at nextround.store. Look your best at work, at school, at the stadium, or anywhere you go wearing Next Round gear from nextround.store.
When you trust a doctor with your life, they owe you proper care. If medical negligence left you or a loved one injured, you deserve answers and compensation. Alexander Shunnarah trial attorneys have recovered over $2 billion for their clients harmed by medical errors, misdiagnoses, and surgical mistakes. They fight hospitals and insurance companies so you can focus on healing. Don't wait. Medical malpractice cases have strict deadlines in Alabama. Call Alexander Shunnarah trial attorneys now for a free consultation. 659-777-7777 or alexwins.law. You pay nothing unless they win. Physical office location, Birmingham.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown, The Next Round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
All right, live show now as we get rolling. 9 o'clock if you're watching us live Central Time, 10 o'clock on the East Coast. What does that make it? 7 o'clock on the West Coast?
Yep.
What is it back in France today?
It's 4 o'clock right now, 4 p.m.
4 p.m. in France.
They are getting hammered right now.
What about
they're pre-gaming right now. We'll get World Cup soccer coming up.
what about in Tyler's hometown of Buenos Aires?
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, we'll talk time later in the show. We got big time news.
Oh, no.
Not the 1980s rap band time.
What about the
They
magazine?
weren't rap. What was
That
time?
was more Stay in the Time.
Yeah, more
It
Stay
was
in the
more
Time.
R&B pop.
R&B,
Yeah.
Does Time magazine still exist?
I think it does.
It has to.
I think Trump recently was Time Man of the Year.
Man of the
wasn't
Year? I bet that wasn't controversial at all.
he? Yeah.
Do they put out regular issues? Because
That's
I feel
what
like
I'm
they
asking.
only put out the
Man of the
Person
Year?
of the Year.
Or
sort
it's
of
now
deal.
Person of the Year.
You
yeah.
know, the sad thing is when I think Time Magazine, I think Bear drawing the X's and O's
Oh, yeah.
on the
Yeah.
clear board. I mean,
Yeah.
I just remember being a kid and people like running in grocery stores and buying as many Time Bear Bryant issues as they could. Like just taking them right off, the shelves in front of everybody when people were behind them waiting for copies. Like, what are you
That's
going to do with them?
crazy, yeah.
No, some people framed them.
I think I've
some
got
people
one.
sold them.
I think I've got one. I doubt
This
it's
one?
worth. Yeah.
Yeah, where he's writing through the
I'll bring it in tomorrow. I'll see if I've got it. I'll bring it in
I
tomorrow.
would, and would you guys agree? Any Alabama fan over the age of 50 has either or a combination of all the Coca-Cola bottle,
Correct.
Yeah.
the Time magazine cover,
Yeah.
and probably a houndstooth hat somewhere around the house.
Boy, if you got all three, you're pretty hardcore.
Yeah. I would say take away the houndstooth hat, but some picture of the goal line stand. Somewhere.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Whether it's the Sports Illustrated cover or something
Daniel
from the
Moore's
goal line
painting.
stand.
Because
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
Danny's first one, right? He started with the goal line stand, I think.
I think it was.
I think
it was,
Now,
yeah.
for other fan bases, what are things like that they've got?
See,
I mean,
I
for
don't
Alabama,
know.
it's easy, but we're able to identify that because we grew up here.
For Tyler's fan base, it's the hand of God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Maradona paintings, you have those? Was he a-
Maradona?
Maradona? Yeah, him. You know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah, close enough.
Here in Alabama, we call him Maradona.
I would say for Notre Dame fans, it's something with touchdown Jesus in the background. Somebody scoring with touchdown Jesus in the background.
I would say a copy of Rudy, but they all detest that movie.
Yeah. For USC, I doubt it's the Bush push.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I mean, really, there's got to be little small things like that for fan bases.
I
I
would
don't know
imagine
what they are.
some
Kick
George.
six now is pretty big at Auburn.
Oh, it's massive.
But like Oklahoma's a massive like history, and back to USC and Notre Dame. I mean, those fan bases have to have
Vince Young's
little
pretty
tokens.
easy.
Yeah.
I mean, Texas Vince Young, that's pretty easy.
Yeah, but what do you get? Like, there's got to be something that, like, did Dr. Pepper do a Vince Young thing? I'm just throwing out random things. There's
Yeah.
probably little.
I actually think
Little
Dr. Pepper's
trinkets.
more Texas A&M, isn't it?
No, it's Baylor.
Yeah.
I've been to the Dr. Pepper Museum in Waco, Texas.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
Speaking of going to museums, LT may have one. We'll get to Forrester's trip in a second, but a graphic I just can't wait on. Teams that have won a playoff game in Miami Stadium in the
Oh,
last
don't do
in the
this.
last quarter century.
Don't do this.
Yes,
seen this. Why would you do this?
England, yes, Indiana, England soccer, Indiana, Oregon, Notre Dame, the Colts, the Ravens, the Saints, Clemson, Georgia, Alabama, Kansas City. Teams that have not in the last 25 years, the Dolphins.
Oh my God!
Yeah, I've seen this.
Oh my God!
I would have assumed y'all would have done this
Oh,
when
I
it
have
came
not
out
seen it.
last
This is-
week.
oh,
But
well.
Bet MGM. I've been saving it. It was so fun. Well,
Yeah.
last
while
week.
I'm on vacation,
Yeah.
you can't just take
That
endless
is-
shots at me when I'm on vacation.
That is incredible.
England
Yeah.
soccer added to the list of. I mean, the college ones don't bother you as much, but the other
Well,
NFL teams.
No, if you would have gone back and told Brown 5 years ago when we started this, or 2 years ago today, that Indiana would have more playoff wins.
Wow.
Than the Dolphins.
Yeah, I mean that one's crazy. England and New England and Indiana jump.
Yeah, Indiana surprises you more than the England flag being on there, doesn't it?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that's insanity.
That's one of the best graphics we've had in a long time.
Oh, thank
thank
you.
you.
Yes, yeah.
BetMGM, thank you.
I mean, y'all say it like it's a surprise to me. Like I don't know that the Dolphins haven't won a playoff game in 25 years.
Well, you know, when we celebrated 250 years of American history, I had to get get inside the chat bot and find out how much of American history I've been alive for, and ended up being 23 and some percentage numbers. 23% of American history I've been alive for. And so you start thinking, man, a quarter of a century.
That's a long time.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
For the Dolphins never to win a playoff game in Miami Stadium.
Hey, are you still getting your history from Life, Larry, and the Pursuit of Unhappiness?
No, I didn't even finish episode.
Boy,
I guess I made it through
is
episode 1.
Terrible.
I will tell you, though, I watched last
Jim,
night.
did you?
I watched episode 1. Halfway through, I stopped.
Jim told me.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you this. Jim told me, Brownie, that show you brought up about Larry David. I was like, yeah. I watched the first episode last night. I was like, good. Brownie, I didn't make it all the way through. So I go home and tell Jennifer, I was like, Jim doesn't like anything. I said, let's give it a chance. I did not laugh one time.
Yeah.
Larry David's a funny guy. I don't know if this was just a money grab for him.
Well, I'm sure it was, but we talked about like that first episode. I think it's in 3 or 4. Like the
Terrible.
Declaration of
They're all
Independence,
bad.
I thought was okay, but last night I only saw one, and it was Lewis and Clark. And it was pretty funny because he goes to tell his wife he's about to go on a little trip.
Guy's trip.
Yeah, and she's like, "Oh my God, you're leaving again." You know, it's just the typical guy bouncing back and forth, and then Clark shows up, who's Seinfeld, and it was just, I don't know, maybe it was the edible.
I don't know.
Thought it was pretty funny.
The first episode was 3 separate ones, and I did not laugh one time.
Yeah,
I
I
even
know.
looked at Jennifer. I said, "We watched 30 minutes, and I didn't laugh once."
But see, that sounds better, a guy trip. And
Yeah.
oh, by the way, there's going to be a girl on the trip.
Well, that's what they said.
Yeah.
She was like, "You're taking squaws, and they're old, they're beat up.
Yeah.
You know, we got to have a tour guide." I mean, it was pretty funny.
She's not 16, I promise.
Because I've heard these conversations, whether it's me having the conversation or other guys having the conversation, but for Lewis and Clark to have this back in the day.
I mean, it's a funny concept, but he just did not execute it.
Yeah,
at
no,
all.
the first one was awful.
First one was terrible.
Yeah, she's got horrible feet. There's just no way. She took her moccasins off. There's no way I'll be into her, I promise. We'll be out in the woods.
But she goes, "How long do you think you'll be gone?" And Seinfeld's like, "I don't know, a year, 2 years." I mean, that one was pretty funny.
Now, see, that seems to be a good concept.
Yeah.
Why you would start with the ones they started with if
I don't
there's
know.
actual funny ones out there.
Yeah. The Alexander Graham Bell one was
Terrible.
terrible. My gosh, that was awful.
I mean,
Horrible.
the Rosa Parks could have been funny. I mean, just talking her ear off.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Yeah,
the
it
one
had-
in
it
the
had
trench, World War I.
Yeah, no good at all.
Horrible.
No good at all.
Yeah, not good. I may go watch the second one now just for the.
Just at least watch that
The
one.
Lewis
I
and
don't-
Clark one I'll try because I like the concept again.
Yeah.
He did
And
not
I
deliver.
don't like Seinfeld. You guys know that, but
Yeah.
it was funny.
I will tell you, I laughed more of you telling me about that segment than I did the entire first segment of actually watching it.
Agree
So,
completely. Yeah.
All right. Before Forster tells us about his trip, Forster's back with us today. And as you can tell, the Argentina fan walk is starting behind the glass as well.
And by the way, Forster did pull a Dunaway. We were texting over the weekend. So when Forster tells his trip, I will give the Dunaway element of it.
Forster's trip is brought to you by our friends at Hoover Toyota. Hoover Toyota can take you anywhere in America in a great new ride.
Yeah, look, if you're looking for car, SUV, or truck, new or pre-owned, they have got the best inventory out there. Look, I'm speaking from experience. I'm a satisfied customer twice over now. Ex-wife recently purchased a Sequoia there. Loving the Hoover Toyotas. They're going to roll out that red carpet program for you. They want to make sure they retain you as a client for life. They've been doing it for more than 2 decades, not only in Birmingham, Alabaster, Vestavia as well. Get in, see Scott Peoples and that incredible staff. For more information on that on-site finance department and their inventory, hoovertoyota.com.
Welcome back, Forrester.
Hey!
Rare vacation. He's Tyler's here the most. The next, I believe, is Forrester. Hardworking, always killing it for us back there, punching the butt. The one person that makes this look like a TV show more than a radio show is Forrester. So, Forrester, welcome back, man.
Good to be back.
Tell everybody where you went and about the trip, some of your highlights.
We went to Chicago, left Thursday after the show.
Stand up. Let's see that horrendous outfit you have on.
Horrendous. Wow.
Yeah.
Taking a shot at the Los White Sox.
The Los White Sox.
Yeah, that's the second best jersey on back there today.
You are going to get it all day, aren't you, Tyler?
I've been getting it for the past
I know.
month. Have you been here?
Every
No
time you wear the blue and white stripes, baby.
I mean, you did yesterday say you hope the Americans never win a soccer
You said
championship.
Oh,
that.
if the Stop. No. You're not going to rage bait me with your bad takes today. You're not going to do it. You're not going to do it, Jim. Stop.
You said, I hope the Americans never win a soccer championship.
Did if the stipulations was that we change all the rules to
right.
it. So,
No.
Convenient of you to leave that out.
Yeah. Hey,
I just said the
Great
obvious.
journalism,
dumb
Jim.
I'm
rules.
the left wing media man. It's all fake news. What am I doing?
Hey, Forster, was
Smear
that,
campaign going on.
was that your first time to? I know it's not U.S. Sailor
Rate.
anymore.
Rate with a
a
T.
hard T. Hard T in that one.
Was that your first time?
No, we went
Okay.
22.
Was it a night game? That you,
Yeah, it was a night game. We went Friday night.
That's a little dicey. isn't it?
So it's you, Debbie, the two kids, and some dude, right?
and some dude.
Some
yeah,
dude.
Haley's boyfriend Joseph joined us.
The dude.
Joseph.
It was gotta credit my wife Debbie. She did all the planning for this. All I really did was get us there,
There you go.
Yep.
which is a feat in and of itself on the road.
Well, you did add a wrinkle that I threw at you, right? Like Debbie planned it, but there was one activity that you suggested that I suggested.
I
to you.
suggested it. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So Thursday after the show, we drove up to Louisville. Then Friday morning, we went to the Louisville Slugger Museum.
I've heard that's cool.
it is really cool.
I've heard it is, yeah.
I'm not a big museum guy, but the
I've been to that big bat right there, but it was closed when we were there. But I've heard it's worth
Yeah,
the
I think
trip.
this would have
Closed
been
when I was there.
I know. I
much
don't know when they're
more-
open.
Much more fun when I was in my baseball phase for 2 decades, not necessarily now.
Actually, I've been told, like, I'm not a huge baseball fan, but I've been told I think you would still enjoy it.
oh, I think Debbie and the girls really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
That big bat was not made in the back.
No.
there, by the way.
No?
But yeah, you get to see them, shave the bats, cook them, paint them.
What do they charge you for a bat to walk out of there with it?
Oh God, I did not buy it.
I'm going to go $89.95.
No,
You do,
no,
you
no.
do
It used to be
with,
$100, and that was
30 years
100
ago?
Years ago.
With your entry fee, you do get a mini bat. Though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going to guess they have like some custom options.
Probably
for making
so.
the full-size
quite a
bats.
few.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would
Quite a
imagine.
few that'll drive the price tag,
$399.95 for
through
those.
the roof.
Yeah. Now I was talking about getting one with, your name on it.
Yeah,
You know, your
autographed
signature.
the way
Yeah,
they
yeah,
used to
yeah.
do Joe DiMaggio or
Yeah,
whatever.
Your
Yeah.
personalized bat. It was hefty.
Would you put Wonder Boy on yours?
Yes, with the lightning bolts. Yeah. Savoy special.
So
Then that night,
I love
night we went to the Sox game.
What stadium is that?
Rate. Rate.
Yeah.
Damn, it looks pretty crowded.
Yeah, good crowd.
Oh, dude, it was sold out.
Yeah, let's just go FIFA from now. Let's just call this Chicago Stadium.
Oh, there's
we'll
two.
call
Jeff.
this Chicago number 2.
Chicago South.
Chicago number 2 stadium.
Wow, number 2 makes Wrigley number 1.
That's a beautiful picture, though.
Yeah,
Fun night though. Got our Los White Sox.
God, look at how
Jerseys.
old the girls are getting.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I loved about that photo, Scott, and I saw it because, I mean, you would, if you're honest with me, your 2 daughters aren't really into the White Sox, right? They're doing that because you love them.
Sure.
Yeah, that's why. That's the
Yeah,
cool
that's
part of it.
incredible.
Yeah, that's the cool part about that. That they
Just
wear.
like I'm sure AK really
Oh,
loves the Dolphins all on her own.
Zero, but she'll wear a Dolphin shirt, and Hallie will actually say she cheers for the Bills just to get under my skin.
Oh, for
So
a trip to Miami, I'm sure they would.
Oh,
do it.
absolutely.
That's what his girls are doing.
That's what I
Chicago,
love
I'm
about
all
that.
in.
Yeah. They'll wear the jersey. They don't really care. They probably couldn't tell you the White Sox record, but their dad loves that team, so they jump in. That's
Okay,
what
but
I
yeah,
like about that.
They play along.
I
The
like that.
other things you guys did, though, I'm sure they enjoyed more than the White Sox game.
For sure. Yeah, Holly said her favorite thing was just walking around town, going in shops.
Such a great
there
time.
she is on the left there, mimicking one of the statues poses.
Well, that's impressive. I can't do that.
I taught her that.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
I didn't teach her that.
Belichick can
I might
do
have
it.
taken her to somebody who taught her that.
Yeah.
Then we went over to Lou Malnati's, which is what Lance is going to say. I Dunaway'd up, I think.
Oh, the wrong one?
No, I've told you that that's not my favorite.
You can't even say your favorite, though.
It's
Yeah, I don't think we know your favorite. I've just heard complaints about all of them.
Pequots or something like that.
Or something like
Yeah,
that.
Pequots. Yeah.
Lou Malnati's is, and I've had them all, to me, the best because of that buttered crust. But when I asked
They
Forster,
butter all the crust.
well, they do it a different way. I asked Forster, what did you think?
I said I wasn't blown away, but
Yeah.
I've actually had Lou Malnati's before.
Yeah, Rada. That's where Rada would have taken you if you were in Chicago.
So I reached out to my boy Kirk Sampson, who's a
Oh,
Chicago,
Yeah.
spends a lot of time there.
Auburn
He said,
University. Kirk's a good dude.
He said go to Lou's.
Okay.
So that's where I went, and that's the one that Lance also recommended. That is the pesto margarita there on the right.
Well, that may have been your
Yeah,
problem.
No, I got the Chicago classic,
Oh, okay,
not pictured here. It was delicious.
Yeah, I mean it's a good looking pizza. It's a good looking.
You know,
pizza.
the last time I was there, and I think I told this story. Me and Jack just went for the day. We went to a Metallica concert at Soldier, but we're sitting at the Lou Malnati's down by the river where the boat tours are, and I know you'll get to that, Forster. And we're sitting at the bar, and there were 4 different people that listened to our show at that bar.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
At the Lou Malnati's bar?
They were all from Birmingham, twos and twos,
Yeah.
not knowing each other.
Oh, that's interesting.
It was just
Yeah.
very,
That's
very
really
rare.
cool.
A lot of Birmingham
Yeah.
people.
By the way, Rosie Langello, WSFA
Yeah.
in Montgomery, Northwestern grad. She'd know a little bit about Chicago.
Correct.
Right? Wow. Thank God you said Pequods. Major points.
Oh.
Wow.
Are you
She
saying
li-
Kirk Sampson doesn't know Chicago?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she lived there. Kirk is a tourist.
He's a
I
Cubs
didn't know
fan.
she went to Northwestern.
I
Is
didn't
she-
either.
is
Rosie
she-
graduated from Northwestern?
Broadcasting graduate.
Wow. Is
That's
she
impressive.
chipping in on their NIL for that new field and everything?
She has.
Okay.
Yeah. She.
Yeah.
God, who'd they beat?
Boy, I wouldn't. Win 10 games for me. and
That's
I'll-
right. Let me
They-
see some
Didn't they
results.
beat somebody really good last year, or almost beat somebody?
Northwestern?
Yeah. We were at Jordan-Hare Stadium for a game. I want to say it was Auburn, Georgia,
Okay.
and they beat somebody in a
Yeah, let me-
major upset.
Let me pull up the old Northwestern schedule from last year, and I'll tell you.
And they don't beat a lot.
They
Yeah.
did,
Um,
or they scared the heck out of somebody.
I think they
last year.
scared somebody. I vaguely
That seems more like it.
yeah.
Yeah, but in Northwestern
got it
football
right here,
terms,
Brown.
scaring somebody is like a win.
Yeah, it's like a. So
Yeah.
they got a. Well, they lost to Oregon.
Oh, they beat Penn State.
Penn State
On the road.
It was Penn State.
22-21.
She's
Oh,
texting
that's
now.
the one that got him fired.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Wasn't that the one that got
Yeah,
Franklin
that's
fired?
right. Was.
Yeah, and her husband.
Damn, they started 5-2 last
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, and I remember what made it a big deal. Her husband Cody played at Penn State.
Oh, did he
Yeah,
really?
yeah. So it was sort of a family rivalry going on.
Boy,
the
I'm-
newlyweds.
I'm learning a lot about Rosie.
Yeah. So her husband played at Penn State.
Hmm.
Cody.
But he
and-
ended up sleeping on the couch that night.
well, the way she talks shit, she probably slept on the couch that night. Okay, Forster, back
Boy,
to
No, but they almost beat Michigan, too.
Yeah, they could not land the plane though. That was
Yeah.
a tough ending for them.
back to not
Sorry.
Pequod's Pizza.
Yeah.
Next up, we got on the boat as recommended by Lance for the architectural.
Lance has always
architectural
sold
tour.
that. I've never done it.
I've
I
done
would
it.
have recommended this.
Yeah, I've done it every time I've gone in the summer.
yeah.
I mean,
I've done
I
it
just, it
twice.
never gets old.
Yeah.
I've probably done it 5 or 6
And
times.
you liked it too, Dunaway?
Oh, it was the best thing I've done in Chicago. I've done
Wow.
it twice.
But Forrester, you never really gave me what you felt about this.
Okay, I really enjoyed it. It was not the biggest hit with the kids. Two of them, I think, actually went to sleep on it.
Oh wow. Slow boat ride.
Yeah. So
But
the,
it was,
so
it
the
was-
boy and the other and Haley fell asleep, or Holly and the boy. The boy obviously fell asleep.
Yeah, the boy fell asleep.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I don't remember which one of the girls did.
Yeah.
But this was cool. This is a barge. The little house on the barge actually lowers to get underneath the bridges.
Well, how
I thought
about
was
that?
kinda
So
cool.
we don't have to raise the bridge because we got the train going over it from the
Yeah.
fugitive.
I mean, I loved it just because you got to not only learn about the buildings, but just to go down through the buildings.
You know, that is one of those towns, though, that is night and day because of seasons. Like in full out winter, it's Chirac. But in the summer, it is, to me, I don't know if there's a better city in the world that I've been to. I haven't been a lot of places, but
It's the cleanest big city I've ever been to.
it sucks during the winter.
Oh,
You
I
hadn't
bet.
spent a
Yeah.
lot of time on the south side, have you?
Yeah, right. That's why I asked Forrester
No.
if the rate field was at night, because you take a wrong turn there, you ain't coming
No,
back.
so the first time I ever went, Scott, we went up to see Wrigley, and I told Jennifer, I said, I wouldn't mind seeing where the White Sox play. So I asked the concierge at our hotel, and he
handed you a Kevlar.
No, he told me the train, the L exit, and he's like, whatever you do, don't go past that
Oh,
exit.
same thing for me.
And I was like, okay, we're going to skip that tour.
I went to Chicago Stadium in the 90s.
Because it's right by White Sox Stadium, yeah.
The old Chicago Stadium before they tore it down, and where the Bulls played. And he was like, make sure you get off at this exit.
That's what he told
the
me.
next exit
Yeah. He said
The
that
next-
station. He
yeah.
goes, that station is your last station. Do not go past that station. And he was
So I will
emphatic about
say we drove there and parked. I don't know. It was a little bit over a half mile away. Had no issues.
Damn,
good.
you went
At
Clark,
night.
Clark Griswold at night down there. Damn.
No problems.
The family truckster made it back.
There's strength in
Honky
numbers.
lips.
Man. We were walking
Love that.
alongside a lot of people.
Yeah, that's good.
Before Forrester tells us about food in Chicago, which we love, and the other parts of his trip, the show being brought to you today by our buddy Alexander Shunnarah, trial attorneys, alexandershunnarah.com.
Shunnarah.com, Shunnarah.com. That is the place to go when you have any legal issue. Now, when you think of Alexander Shunnarah, I'm sure you immediately think of personal injury attorney, understandably. But you might not know that he does much more than just that. Fire and storm damage claims, bad drug and device claims, workers' compensation, employment claims, all of that right there under one roof. Alexander Shunnarah. And that's a successful roof it is under. How about $2 billion recovered for his clients? $2 billion recovered for his clients. That's the type of success he has right there at Alexander Shunnarah Trial Attorneys. Find out more by going to Shunnarah.com, Shunnarah.com, where you don't pay a dime unless they win your case with Alexander Shunnarah Trial Attorneys.
All right, Forrester, back from vacation with the girls and random boy up in Chicago. All right, not finish up, but give us more.
Joseph, you're not random.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm sorry, Joseph.
Random to some.
I'm just having fun with Joseph here.
Of course, he fell asleep on the best part of the trip. That is a red flag.
When in Chicago,
That's right. Got to do
I
that
guess
one.
you got to go to the Bean, right?
Yes, you do.
Yes.
Yep. A lot of people are there.
We love that. I Brown, to your point, we were trying to take some family pictures in the Bean,
Yep.
and I wanted other people to get out of the way.
Not going to happen.
Yeah, let's
Nope.
have a little solo Bean
Nah.
shot.
It
Not
is
gonna happen.
very difficult to go to
Yep.
get just your group in the Bean.
If this is your idea for let's do one for the Christmas card, not going to happen.
Yeah.
Oh, you take great photos, by the way, Forrester.
Almost like you're trained.
Hey, thanks.
That is a great photo.
But I'm not really sure I understand the Bean.
I
Which
don't either.
That
It's
was going to
art.
be my question.
It's abstract
what
art.
really is the Bean?
Yeah,
It's abstract art.
I mean, they really are known for their architecture, their art, and it just is a very, very unique piece of art.
Yep.
Yeah. No, there was a story, wasn't it? Why it was put where it was?
I don't know. I think it was
my-
put there, and everybody everybody resonates with it. I don't
Yeah.
understand why. It is very interesting.
I
but-
did find out on the architectural tour that the artist that created it does not like the fact that everybody just refers to it as the Bean.
Of course
Oh,
not.
well, I
It's
could see
called
that.
Cloudgate.
He
Yeah.
probably should have put up a sign or something instead of just
Yeah.
building
This
a
is not a
sculpture that
bean.
looks like a bean.
Or made it not look like a bean.
Well,
Yeah.
there are signage if you take time to read the little signs around it.
Well,
but-
I can't
I
see
can't for all
because
the
there's
people.
about 500,000 people all crowded in front of it.
See,
Yeah, I
I
didn't read
will-
any of the signs, and I was just there.
Thank you,
when
Scott.
in doubt about these kind of things, I usually say, "Oh, it's probably the World's Fair."
Um,
But that's much more recent than the Chicago World's Fair.
yeah, it's not even that old.
1893, but
2004 or 2006 is when it was constructed, so it's not even been there that long.
Really?
Yeah. I would
I-
have guessed it's older than that.
I like it because of the mirrored reflection you get of the skyline and the clouds.
Yeah. No, it is really cool. It's a really cool thing to see, but
Daniel Byers in the chat says the Bean is there to highlight the city skyline.
yeah.
Oh, look at that.
that makes sense.
It does a good job of
It
it.
was the result of a design competition, so he won a competition to have it there.
Is it the best skyline in you guys'
What was the
opinion?
runner-up to the Bean?
I don't know. That's a good question. Is it the best skyline?
It's a good one.
Yeah.
I mean, you go back to that the pictures on the boat, and it's a good-looking skyline.
Well, see, and I think that's the thing. I think you can get it from. I think they finally closed down the signature room in the Hancock Building, but like that view was incredible. But if you go out and you take one of these boat tours, looking back, you
yeah.
can see the entire thing. The problem with like New York is it goes forever. Like, where
Yeah.
does it begin and where does it end?
Yeah. No, see, that's beautiful. But when you're out on the lake,
That's incredible.
What's the big street that goes down
Michigan.
Michigan Avenue.
Yeah.
Looking out on Michigan Avenue and just a wall of
Michigan and
buildings.
Lakeshore. Lakeshore goes right
Yeah.
down the lake. Yeah.
Yeah, that is just it's beautiful.
Is that McAfee
Love-
in front of you?
Love Chicago.
I don't think that was Pat. All right, you want to do some more food?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
food. Yeah, the
food,
food.
let's go.
Food's what I
Okay.
want.
There was one thing that I had really, really low expectations for. Just wanted to get one to say that I had one. The Chicago dog.
A lot
Right.
going on in those, man.
There is a whole
Yeah.
lot going on.
Yeah, it's too
on
much
a
pickle.
Chicago dog.
Yeah. What'd you think?
It is infinitely better than I expected it to be.
Yeah, I have found it. I've had them a couple places in Chicago. I think it's dependent on where you get it. It's almost like the Chicago style pizza.
This is from Portillo's.
Yeah. I made the mistake of having my first one at Harry Carey's, and apparently Harry Carey's name is on that, and it's just basically, your run-of-the-mill bar food.
For anyone wondering, this is they call this style dragged through the garden.
Yep.
It means it's loaded with 7 classic toppings: yellow mustard, neon green relish, freshly chopped onions, sliced red ripe tomatoes, a kosher pickle spear, sport peppers, which I didn't even know was a thing, and a dash of celery salt, all packed into a steamed poppy seed bun.
Yeah.
Well, the good news, at least there's no tainted vegetables around our country right
That's
now.
true. Yeah, this one,
And you
you're
ate
rolling the
every one of
dice.
them.
You're rolling the dice on
The
this
whole
one.
garden's in this thing.
Yeah, you're about to have some explosive.
God, I ate local place did a Chinese hot dog for their special for Sunday brunch. Oh, my
A
God.
Chinese
A
hot dog?
Chinese hot dog
Oh,
for a
boy.
Sunday brunch.
It was absolutely incredible.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've had the Chicago dog only at stadiums.
Ooh, that seems like you're not getting the good one there.
So
yeah.
not a fan, and I like pickles. So I
I've
will
only had-
give it a shot next time I'm in Chicago.
I've only had one at America's Drive-In, and
Yeah.
it's not a good
There
one.
again, probably not getting the best one. Probably don't judge it on that.
That's not 100% all Nathan's beef.
Nah,
Probably don't judge it on
in
that one.
Did you get some very, very, very out of a frozen package onion rings and some kind of sugary drink?
Yeah, some onion rings and then a lone tater tot in the bottom of
That's
the
your
package.
bonus.
I do
bonus.
like when they have like the Cracker Jack like prize. You don't know where it came from. I got a curly fry here.
Now
barbecue
get to the one I've never tried. I want to try it.
Okay.
From the TV show The Bear.
The other Chicago staple that I was told I had to have
Yep.
was an Italian beef. So I made the trip alone because I couldn't talk anybody into going with me to Al's number 1 and got an Italian beef, which I was told by a Chicagoan that a former assistant news director that I used to work with, that I needed to get it dipped.
Yep.
I got it easy dipped where they're supposed to only dip each end of the bread.
Right.
Man, that the dip just completely compromises the
Yeah,
whole
it makes it super soggy. I'm
It
with you on
does.
that. Yeah.
But don't you
thank-
dip it because the bread is so hard? No?
I guess.
Man, that
I
is
don't-
French bread, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't love the Italian beef. I had high hopes for the Italian beef, and I didn't love it, Scott.
I'm with you. I
Yeah.
had really high hopes for this one and really low hopes for the Chicago dog.
yeah.
How
This
were
was still good.
were the fries good at this place?
I actually didn't get fries with it.
Just the sandwich?
I got the sandwich. I got with the hot jardinera and the sweet peppers. And thank God I stayed and ate it there instead of trying to take it back to the hotel room because I would have had a bag full of soup if I had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
God, they make it look so good on the
they-
Bear.
they
Do
do,
they
Jim,
not
at
have an
season
option
one.
where you can
It-
get the juice on the side?
I'm sure I could have dipped my own.
I'm like
that.
Dunaway. When I saw it on the Bears, when I wanted it, really.
Yeah.
I didn't
I'll
love
tell
it.
you another great thing about Chicago is there. I don't know if any other city has a flag. The Chicago city
It's a cool
flag,
flag.
is
Love
really
it.
really
I
cool.
agree.
Love it.
Does
I
any
agree.
other city have a flag?
I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
I forgot I videoed myself eating this
I
thing.
think DC has one.
No, that's what I was about to say. DC, I think, has one.
Yeah.
You're struggling to hold out
Yeah,
together.
well, this thing's a disaster.
I'll tell you, you got a little Adam and Richmond in you right there,
Yeah,
doesn't he?
he does.
It looks like a
Guest-
skinny Adam Richmond.
Guest on the show. Good guest on
It's
the
like
show.
episode 1, man versus food.
Yeah. Go
I
for
was
5
skinnier
years and see
before
how
I left
fat
for
you
this
get.
trip.
Yeah.
I like you flying the flag for us too.
That's right.
Does
I did.
does anybody
she-
look? I mean, humans look great eating, don't they?
Yeah, it's never great video, especially when you're eating something sloppy and it gets all hanging out of your mouth and you just have to push it in with your hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way to eat one of those
No.
cleanly.
No,
Man, what a trip! I felt like I went on that trip too.
I like
Well,
the
here-
food.
I got a little bit more.
Oh,
We
okay.
got time.
What
Well,
else? Oh, keep
the,
going.
The thing that we were there for so it was
Oh.
my birthday last week. Haley's birthday was about a month ago, and Joseph just graduated high school. They're both big Tyler Childers fans.
How does Joseph get a headline here?
Random guy.
Rando. So we went to the Tyler Childers show at Wrigley. Yes, I am wearing a White Sox hat into Wrigley Field. Gotta represent.
Oh, enemy territory.
That's ballsy, my friend.
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be a lot ballsier if I was a Cubs
Cubs
fan
fan at
and,
rate.
and the show was at
Yeah.
the rate.
Yeah. How was Tyler Childers? I've heard mixed reviews on him.
Oh, I don't know how the reviews are mixed. He puts on a hell of a show.
Well, I told Dunaway, my daughter told me that he initially didn't play some of the stuff that he wrote while he was on drugs because it brought back bad memories, and that happens to be some of his more popular stuff. But I think he's gotten past that now.
I think there's only one that he still
doesn't
play.
do. Yeah. Do you do Feathered Indians?
That's the one that he does not.
See,
play.
that's the problem. That's probably his biggest hit, isn't it?
What is that, politically incorrect?
No, it's just he wrote it while he was on drugs, and it brings back bad memories. It's a great song.
Is that the one with the belt buckle impression
belt
of
buckle.
Feathered Indians is on her thigh?
On her
Yes,
thigh. I knew that
that's
would be
the
your
one.
takeaway from that
That's the
song.
one.
Yeah. Give me that drug right here.
I knew that would be your one takeaway for that song.
Wait, what was the lyric?
It's his impression of his belt buckle on her inner thigh. Yeah.
On the inside.
On the inside of her thigh.
Creeper.
Yeah.
Yeah, great show. He sold out 45,000 in Wrigley.
Wait, that thing behind him, he's still not on drugs? What is that?
I don't know.
That's a song called Bitin' List, which is my personal favorite.
It's like my Vishlas.
They are Vishla-esque.
Yeah.
I think they're hell dogs officially.
Yeah, they're rabid dogs.
Lances are the ones on screen.
Yeah, believe it.
The premise of that song is you're a rabid dog. Who do you want to bite?
So how was Wrigley for a musical venue?
I mean, it was all right. You know, I'm probably people are gonna say I'm just hating on it because I'm a White Sox fan, but you know, I didn't really get, the charm of Wrigley. You know, oh God, there's wow, there's
yeah, you
ivy
are
on the
hating on it because
wall.
it's got charm.
Yeah. For a baseball game, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's an awesome place for a game.
Looks pretty cool with the skyline behind it there for the concert as well. That's Forrester's Vacation. Felt like we went on it there. It was
Hey, can
really
I show
good.
you one more thing?
Oh, sure.
On the way back, I know, Jim.
No,
I know.
sure. I don't care.
Okay, so on the way, I'll make this quick.
No, please. Take all the time you want.
Okay. Gary, Indiana. Does Gary, Indiana mean anything?
Michael
to any
Jackson. That's where he was born.
It's where the Bears are now, right?
Yeah.
Well, Brown got it.
Yeah.
We stopped at Michael Jackson's childhood home on the way back.
Probably not as big. Is it better than Hank Williams Sr.'s childhood home on the way back from the beach?
I couldn't.
You never
tell
seen that one? Y'all ever drove past that one?
Yeah. Is there a Ferris wheel or a carousel on the property?
There is not. There's not room for a.
Is the house still standing?
Forrester touching the corners of danger in the Midwest. Did you guys just hit Memphis on your way back too?
No, we didn't.
Stop at East St. Louis?
Oh, so that's the house in the background. My bad. So it is still standing. Boy, that's a tiny house for that big a family.
It's one of few houses in that neighborhood that are in decent shape.
Yeah.
Do you think anybody got their ass whipped in that house?
Oh, Joe, man. I've
for
seen the
sure.
movie. Michael's looking out that window right there at kids playing, and Joe's saying, "Get on that microphone, Michael."
Yeah. Stop looking at the man in the mirror.
Stop. Sing me a song. Do some 5-bar harmony.
All right. Beat it, kid. All right. That is Forrester's Vacation.
It
Any pictures from Tennessee?
That's all I got, Jim. That's it.
Did you see the Superman thing on the drive back as you drove through Kentucky at all in Paducah, Bowling Green, one of those cities?
I saw the Corvette Museum off the.
But I've never
outside of
stopped at
Bowling
that.
Green. Yeah.
I've stopped at that.
It looks like a tourist trap.
It does.
It is.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Yeah.
So like they advertise that they make them there, and you think you can like see them put together a
No.
Corvette.
They used to.
No.
They used to.
Well,
Yeah.
when I went, they did not.
They didn't steal, huh?
All right. The show today being brought to you by our friends at Storm Restoration Roofing. Clay's with us in 27 minutes. We got our 40 and 40. Today, we'll get to team number 34 as we get closer to football season. Some interesting NFL conversations to have, but when we come back, we'll do a college football thing about the most hated coaches in college football right now. With Nick Saban not in the game for a couple of years, who are your top 5? We'll pull out the dry erase board in the next segment, write down the 5 most hated coaches in college football. Villains, we'll call them. We won't use the word hate, 4-letter word. Guys that would be on our biting list in college football, top 5. The show brought to you by Greg from Pell City, his wife Andrea, and Storm Restoration Roofing. If you need a new roof, this is the guy you call. If you have storm damage, this is the guy you call. But he'll start off giving you a free, no-cost, no-obligation roof inspection, 205-542-3531. 542-3531, stormrestorationroofing.com. Greg and Andrea in the picture with me down at the bottom. They own the company, locally owned for over 20 years. It's an opportunity for you to deal with a family-owned business. They've got 10 kids. Some of the kids work for the company, in fact, and they'll take care of you. And they're a local family, so they know what it's like being a local family. So they are really good about pricing, helping you out. Great with insurance providers, getting you the absolute most you can with your insurance policy. Try them out. You'll not regret it. It is stormrestorationroofing.com or Greg from Pell City on Facebook.
Take the next round anywhere you go with official Next Round gear. Buy yours today at nextround.store.
The insurance company called. They offered you a settlement. Sounds good, right? Wrong. They're counting on you not knowing what your case is really worth. They're betting you take pennies on the dollar because you're scared and overwhelmed. Don't fall for it. Alexander Shunnarah Trial Attorneys has recovered over $2 billion for going to war with insurance companies that try this every single day. Call 659-777-7777 or alexwins.law. Free consultation. You pay nothing unless they win. Physical office location, Birmingham.
Sterling and the fine folks at Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster want to welcome you in for a great lunch or dinner starting at 11 a.m. every day. Chicken that's brined overnight and cooked to order, and the taste of the Delta with those Delta recipe tamales. Champy's is perfect for all your tailgating needs this football season. You can also choose Champy's for your next party, wedding, or birthday. Great food, great people. Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster, and everything online at champyschicken.com.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Never miss anything from the Next Round when you listen on demand through the podcast platform of your choice: Apple, Spotify, iHeart, or Google Podcast. Wherever you listen, always like, follow, subscribe, turn on automatic download so you can catch every part of the Next Round. Listen anywhere in the world, anytime on the Next Round podcast feed, and support the show by following, subscribing, and turning on automatic downloads on any podcast platform. Listen anywhere in the world, anytime on the Next Round podcast feed. Thanks for always making the Next Round a big part of your day. Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you: Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop. Rare quality, well-done service.
Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from the Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie-cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness.
Back with you on the next round. Countdown to college football season. You notice that if we're up against the clock, I can't do one snippet after yesterday. Our snippets turn into 15 minutes. So I apologize to Bruce Gilbert back in the day. I will give you a snippet right here. Okay, before I give you the countdown, I will give you a snippet right here. England. Everybody plays for England. They donate every penny that they make, and they've done this since 2007, of their World Cup salary to local charities in England. So every player that plays for England, this is going to piss LT off here in a second. Every player donates every penny they make for playing for England to local charities.
What's the part? Okay.
Here's the part that's going to make LT mad. It's considered an honor to play for the English team. And if they win the World Cup, the highest the guys will make is £24,000. It's an honor. Basically, they get it's like a per diem just to pay for their food during the day.
So
nobody's making $6 million a year to play for Team England.
Yeah. Wait, why is that going to bother me?
Because we pay our very passive, aggressive
but I mean, we used to
$6 million to play for Team USA.
Well, that's when
they get nothing out of it. Yeah.
Meanwhile, in England, they're basically covering a biscuit and coffee for breakfast.
I do think it shows you the difference in every 4 years and what that sport actually means to that country.
Basically, they just play for the
three love of the flag.
Well, they don't get money to play
when
for
we dominated Olympic basketball, that was at our height when we were just playing for the love. I mean, when we first went in 1992, we had a point to prove, right?
Well, we did, and those guys didn't need the money. This happened in the Ryder Cup. This happened in the Ryder Cup. The United States used to dominate, then the European invasion and professional golf happened, and they started to get an upper hand, and then the United States guys were like, man, we don't get paid for this. PGA of America is making a lot of money. Why are we not getting paid? And the perception is the Europeans do it for the love of their flag. We are doing it for the money. And who's winning most of the Ryder Cups,
I don't know how it is with other football clubs, but that's the way England does it. It's pretty – now they've got the Premier League, and a lot of their players, are better than our players. We, I guess, obviously have to pay ours to play for us.
Yeah, part of it is the Premier League just has such deep pockets. Like, you can throw away $24,000.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just it's by the way, $15 million for local, 50 million pounds in local charities in London, just from these –
that's cool, though.
$24,000 donations.
That's cool. Good for them.
Pretty neat there. Yeah. The show being brought to you by a couple of great sponsors. One of them is our Innisfree Countdown to Kickoff, which is at 47 days now until week 0. Your game day tradition is Innisfree Irish Pub in Tuscaloosa and Lakeview. Irish-inspired pub food, the signature Irish gold sauce, and always a world-class atmosphere at Innisfree. The countdown to kickoff is 47 days.
The College Football Spotlight
is presented by our guy Alexander Shunnarah, Shunnarah Trial Attorneys. You can find him at Shunnarah.com, Shunnarah.com. This is a Birmingham guy, born in Birmingham, raised in this community, went to school at UAB, and when he built his firm, he wanted to build a firm that could help the people of his community. That's what he's done. Help. How about $2 billion recovered for his community, right? $2 billion for his clients. It's nationwide now, but it's based right here in Birmingham. More than 150 attorneys, more than 500 dedicated team members under one roof at Shunnarah.com. You find yourself in any legal situation, you start with Alexander Shunnarah. Shunnarah.com, Shunnarah.com.
The folks at RotoWire did a 50% social media, 50% 500-panel fan poll of the most hated coaches, villains in the sport, going into the 2026 season. Before I give you their list, I want to know who you guys consider to be, not you personally, but villains in the sport going in. You may like this guy. I know I like at least one of mine, maybe a couple of them on the list. We'll start with you, Brown, and work our way around the big table here.
I think Lane Kiffin is your number one. Lane's kind of complicated because I think people find him funny sometimes, but I think ultimately he makes himself a villain. He's always going to step in it with every fan base. So I think Lane Kiffin's number one. I think Kirby's number two just because of his success. And Kirby can be a little brash, and I think people he's a bit of a villain. Ryan Day also because of his success, and I think Ohio State's just a villain as a whole. Lincoln Riley hasn't had the success, but I think people don't like Lincoln Riley for some reason.
No, I agree they don't, but I think it's kind of out of sight, out of mind because they haven't
I agree.
had any success.
That's why I almost didn't put him on here, but I got him number 4. But
I mean, if they were winning at a high level, he would be at the top of the list.
Yeah. And then this guy's 5th with a bullet, as they used to say in the
industry,
in the old music industry, which means you're rising.
Yeah, going quickly.
Yeah, Curt Cignetti, 5th with a bullet. He's just now on my list at number 5. But the more this guy wins, he's kind of fun and new now. But the more he wins, the more he's going to be disliked, and he will jump up this list. If they keep winning.
Do I misspell Kurt? Is it C or a K?
Oh, it's a C.
That's what I thought.
My bad.
Yeah,
my bad.
I didn't know. I was just double checking.
Okay, so that should be C-U-R-T, Cignetti.
Yeah.
I could have just gone Coach Sig. But
old Kurt Loader there.
Kurt Loader.
Yeah. Kurt Busch.
Look, number 1 is not even debatable. Number 1 is easy. It is Joey Freshwater.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any doubt. I agree with you on Ryan Day and Kirby because of the success. Cignetti is going to get old fast because it's the way he is. I think a lot of people they think he's somewhat demeaning the way he talks. It's just the way he carries himself. He's kind of strange.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to wear fast.
There's an air of cockiness with him, too.
And then Joey McGuire because of the Texas Tech situation.
Yeah, I did not think about that. That's a good call.
And again, I think 1's easy. I think this is all subjective, and I don't have any problem with these guys. I don't like number 1 because I think the only time he is funny is on Twitter. He has absolutely no personality.
Yeah. By the way, the new college football game, as soon as it goes college football 2027 EA Sports.
Yeah.
Then it's a tight shot of Cignetti, and he goes, EA Sports. If it's in the game, it's in the game. And then he winks at the camera.
See, that's going to get old.
Yeah. Every time you turn it on.
It's charming now. It's charming now.
Every time you turn it on. I hate it already. I've had it for a day and a half.
People, I mean, you remember, because I was on this bandwagon a long time ago. I always thought Jim Harbaugh was a good coach. I just thought he was a complete weirdo.
Absolutely,
just strange.
yeah.
But Cignetti is strange on another level. And I think it will wear people out.
It feels like an act, before you do yours, it feels like an act a little bit with Cignetti, too. I don't know that it is, but it comes across that way to me.
I think he leans into it a little bit more now.
Probably
the more
so.
success he has, the more he leans into it.
How's Klatt on that, by the way? Have you played a Klatt game yet?
I haven't yet, no.
Okay.
I mean, I've started a couple
Klatt
of
doesn't do the Tulane games?
No. Well, I'm trying to learn the whole I've toyed with Cal to see how I can because you've got the NIL version now.
Did you fire Tosh?
I did. If I was going to be Cal, I'm jumping in before I start my official dynasty.
Tough gig. He's just getting going.
I'm trying to learn how to recruit and all that.
Yeah.
So, can I overspend my NIL? But I didn't know I have to manage facilities with that money and all that crap too. Greg Burns getting frustrated with me texting. I was like, do I worry about facilities or do I put it in NIL? And Greg's
I wish I thought
are you guys expanding at the next round? I said, no, I've got EA Sports College Football.
I wish I thought you were really. That would be awesome if you're really texting Burns.
Here's I Kiffin easily. I got Sig too.
Yeah.
I think he'll wear on you really quick. I got Joey McGuire 3rd. I put Dan Lanning on
that's
mine.
a good call.
Dan Lanning is Kirby Smart without the success so
That's right.
far.
That's a good call.
He's more than Kirby Smart. I'm talking about like the bravado.
Yeah.
And I think
when he wins a championship, the ego will go through the roof. I think there's a good chance it's this year, and he'll be at the top of the list.
I think in and of itself, Oregon is pretty much a villain. I think people dislike Oregon, so I think Lanning.
I agree.
I think
and then Ryan Day, because
same
Ohio
thing.
State seems like it's really easy.
You know what is amazing? None of us had this guy on there. And I know why we didn't, because he's such a likable guy, but Notre Dame's Marcus Freeman.
He's not a villain.
Okay, but when he wins a championship, envy is one of the 7 deadlies. He's a good-looking dude. He's making a ton of money. He coaches the most diabolical, program in the history of college football as far as other fans hating him. So, once he wins a championship, as nice as he is, as charismatic as he is, people are going to hate him.
That's good. It will turn on him, yes.
I think that is true in American society.
It
that
is.
Success eventually breeds hatred.
Oh, yeah, just because people are very, very envious. But you guys would agree. I mean, how could Notre Dame be as good as they are right now without having him on this list? That's almost impossible.
It really is. Yeah. I mean, he has threaded a heck of a needle to actually have big success at Notre Dame and be well liked. Yeah.
How the folks at RotoWire, the 500 fan panel they put together and 50% social media sees college football. They got 20 coaches listed. Brought to you by our friends at Central State Bank Brownie.
That is the bank that is big enough to meet every need you have, but they're small enough to know you. That's because they are a community bank. Rooted in community is where you find Central State Bank. They have got locations throughout Central Alabama. They can take care of you wherever you are. What do they take care of? Everything from that dream of owning your own car to owning your own business. They take care of it, and the people that are making the decisions based on those, they're right here in your community, and that's why you need to deal with a community bank. Central State Bank is that. Central State Bank, big enough to meet every need you have, small enough to know you. Central State Bank, member FDIC.
Some of these coaches aren't good enough to be hated, I'll go ahead and tell you.
Yeah, I think that was the problem with Sark.
Yeah.
He's not good enough to be hated.
Scott Satterfield, 20 on the list. PJ Fleck, 19.
If he were any more successful.
Yeah, if he was at a different program, he would be on this list for sure.
Brent Venables, 18 on this list from Oklahoma. Rich Rod, 17 on this list from West Virginia. 16, Pat Fitzgerald, Michigan State.
Really?
Dan Lanning, 15,
That's way
Oregon.
low. Way low.
This is 500 fans at RotoWire and 50% social media. James Franklin, Virginia Tech, 14. Kirk Ferentz, 13. Iowa. Pat Narduzzi, 12. Pittsburgh, Mike Norvell, 11. Florida State, top 10.
Narduzzi's another one if they won any bigger.
Yes.
Yeah.
Number 10, Joey McGuire, Texas Tech.
Boy, and you want to talk about 10 with a bullet. Last year, this guy would have been beloved.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, he is rock. He's already made it to your top 5.
Yeah.
Last year,
he's on Dunaway's too.
Yeah.
Ironically, though, I like Joey McGuire today more than I did this time last year.
No, I like Joey McGuire. Again, Texas Tech did a terrible job with their PR and how they handled that whole situation. I mean, he's just, I don't want to say he's in a bad spot because he's making a lot of money.
I would argue, though, if you did 5 most likable coaches in America last year, Joey McGuire would show up on some list.
I never liked him because I felt like, he was the billionaire was giving him everything. But now that the billionaire and his administrators have screwed him, in my heart of hearts, I believe Joey McGuire would have walked in as an old high school coach and said, look, you bet on your own team, dude. You're out.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go with my guys in the locker room and let's go win it without him.
You think he got dragged along?
Yeah, I don't think he would have fought for it at all.
I could definitely see that with Joey McGuire.
Number 9 on this list, out of sight, out of mind, Bill Belichick. Easy to hate.
Oh, yeah.
Easy to
I
hate.
didn't even think about it.
I didn't either. If he would have made a splash, if they would have gone 9-3, he would have been on all our list.
Sig is number 8 on this list.
Way too low.
Mario Cristobal, number 7.
Yeah, he got mentioned in the chat room.
I almost
Matt,
put him on my list.
Did you?
He's not a good enough coach.
Yeah, Matt says Cristobal should be on here simply because of the Mensa situation. Mensa was under contract with Duke, not even in the portal, and Cristobal waited until a few hours left in the portal to tamper with him. I think people don't follow the portal closely enough to know those types of stories.
And I think most people that do follow the portal are just like, well, these are the way the rules.
Yeah,
like,
it's
I mean,
just
it's the
dirty
Wild
pool.
West.
Yeah, Mario Cristobal would be great at a silent auction. He waited right until we were making the announcement, and then went and made a bid.
Yeah, I really don't like anything about Mario Cristobal.
Wow.
Kirby Smart, number 6 on the list. Ryan Day, number 5 on the list. Lincoln Riley, number 4 on the list. Lane Kiffin is number 1. I'll go ahead and give you that. 3 and 2, I understand it. But
I don't if you say one name. And I think what is amazing is this guy, Nick Saban would have been number 1 across the board.
100%. Yep.
Number 3 is Dabo Sweeney.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah, it's just the success is falling off.
Yeah, and he's hokey and he still bitches and complains all the time.
And number 2 is Deion Sanders.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, you know what's amazing?
Sark's not in the top 20.
Well, yeah, I think it shows you that, he's just not a good enough coach right now. But Kalen DeBoer, Alabama's head coach,
I thought about that.
Yeah.
He's just so boring.
Yeah. To your point, that just him wearing the scripted A
probably
should have had him on this list.
Yeah. I mean, for him not to be in the top 20, you had Pat Fitzgerald there because of a hazing situation from Northwestern.
I know.
And who was number 20 on the list? I thought that was
Scott
kind of
Satterfield.
Scott Satterfield. How 500 people knew who he was is amazing.
Brent Venables.
What's he done?
Yeah, I mean, just guilty by association with Kalen DeBoer in Alabama.
Yeah.
Being on the list.
That's RotoWire, college football. I thought that was an interesting list and wanted to see what you guys thought of the the hate, the villains going into the college football season, 47 days away in our Innisfree countdown to kick off. Clay coming up in a second. Michelson brings us our viewing menu today, brought to you by Michelson Laser Vision.
Yeah, 205-969-8100, the number I called in 2003. Make sure you ask for Amy. Tell her the next round sent you. She will hook you up with a hassle-free consultation. If you've been thinking about LASIK, trying to find out whether or not you're a candidate, now is the time to stop procrastinating. Pull the trigger. If you wear contacts or glasses, you're wasting money each and every year. I'm speaking from experience. Dr. Mark Michelson, Dr. Jen Michelson, they are the best in the business. 205-969-8100 for more information, michelsonlaservision.com.
All right, so on Paramount, we got a new docuseries, The Real Wolf of Wall Street. Hollywood made Jordan Belfort into a legend. The parties were real, the money was real, so were the victims. Now hear the truth from the people who lived through the chaos and survived the fallout. It features 15,000 previously unreleased government documents, internal FBI files, and new footage. Instead of focusing on the glamorous wolf mythos, the documentary includes exclusive interviews with Belfort's inner circle, former associates, law enforcement, and victims. And Belfort's ex-wife, Nadine, provides firsthand accounts of what it was like living inside the chaos.
Does she actually look like Margot Robbie?
I don't think so, but
I
do
doubt it
think
very
she
seriously.
was a Miller Lite girl.
I bet
prime Margot
No,
Robbie.
I get it, but I bet she was. I mean, based on the money that he was making.
Yeah.
You know, here's the thing: the movie is great. I mean, the movie's really, really good. But I think if you really look at Jordan Belfort, you know what a piece of shit and the overindulgence. I don't think anybody people enjoyed and laughed at the movie, but if you see the real deal, you're probably like, man, this is a lot.
Yeah. That was prime Margot Robbie.
By the way, Tyler, I saw the second best movie that I have seen in 2026 last night.
Which is?
Tuner.
Tuner was great.
Fantastic. Like, it's one of those unique plots that, like, you can't even, like, it comes out of nowhere. It's just so well done. Like, it's incredible. It's about a guy that he's got
Fishes for tuna?
No, he's a piano tuner around New York City, and he's got an incredible. So he's got a hearing. Other sounds kind of get amplified, so he's got to wear like protection around normal noises. Yeah. But he's got an ear for not only tuning a piano, but he also can crack safes. He learns this, and so he starts working for organized crime, and it's just. It is a great, great movie. So Tuner, highly recommend. Second best movie I've seen behind Project Hail Mary. This is pretty good for regular Belfort.
Oh, yeah. So that's the actual girl on the right, obviously.
The real Nadine.
Okay.
I mean, she's not bad.
Well, but keep in mind now, Dunaway, that photo
is Steffi Graf.
That photo's probably
I mean, when she's 40-something.
Yeah, that photo's probably 20 to 30 years after where she was in that movie.
Yeah, women don't age like Margot Robbie.
Yeah, no, I'm perfectly fine with the way that lady looks.
Yeah.
Margot Robbie. See, this is why I get crazy when you guys rave over Sydney Sweeney.
Oh, don't say this about Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie is so much better looking than Sydney Sweeney.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I would
everybody agrees with that.
1,000 better looking women than Sydney Sweeney.
I would never argue with that.
We don't understand how you shit on Sydney Sweeney all the time.
Because everyone else fawns over her and she is mid. When it comes to her, I mean, her face is not that attractive.
I don't entirely disagree with you on that.
Her face is not that attractive.
I think you're a little too hard.
Do you think you've honestly ever scratched the surface of a Sydney Sweeney?
What do you mean? Have I ever had sex with somebody better looking than Sydney Sweeney?
Oh boy,
100%.
Oh boy,
100%.
Oh boy.
100%. This week, in fact.
Wow. Tyler, what else is on?
I'm glad I don't look at the chat anymore because your ass is about to get fucking. You're gonna have two assholes after this segment.
Normally, you're in a better mood when that happens than after everybody today.
I was in a great mood yesterday. Till you said America should never win a soccer championship, and I was like,
bro, do you agree, though? We should be able to change some of the rules if we win a World Cup.
I don't think that. I'm not going to go that far.
All right.
Is there any more?
Is that it? Was that the viewer menu?
Oh, no. I
Did you black out?
I did for a second. We got stuck on Margot Robbie. On YouTube Movies for free and also for Prime rental if you don't want to watch the TV version. Troy, if you want to prepare for the Odyssey this week with Brad Pitt as Achilles, Orlando Bloom, Eric Bana, and Sean Bean.
So I saw Richard Roper did a something on social media. He just saw the Odyssey and he saw it at Lincoln Square, the IMAX up in New York City. And he said it reminded me of films like No Country for Old Men, Social Network, Pulp Fiction. He was like, I don't know if it's going to hold up as one of these classics, but that's the feeling I got watching The Odyssey. It was that good.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've seen some people say that Tom Holland deserves an Oscar for his performance
Wow.
in this.
I'm excited. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get in this weekend because it's going to be sold out, right?
I mean, I had to book my ticket months ago, and there's only a certain amount of reservations you can have on the AMC app. So now when I go to see a movie, I have to drop one of my reservations, make one pretty much at the theater, and then after it's scanned, I pick up the old one.
I know movies are kind of secondary for you two, but is that one that y'all will go see at the theater?
What's the name of it?
The Odyssey.
No.
I could.
I was looking at Margot Robbie photos.
I mean, it is maybe is it the biggest anticipated film in the last couple of years? Is that fair?
I would say probably since Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
So Nolan's last movie.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to The Sun Never Sets. That's the movie I'm waiting. It's Chicago only this weekend. It cleaned up at Sundance.
Okay, watch out for Digger. Alejandro Inarritu.
The Sun Never Sets?
No. Digger's a
Two
movie coming
different
out from him,
movies.
and Tom Cruise is going to win his first Oscar.
Okay.
Yeah.
First Oscar? Tom Cruise never won an Oscar? Oh, that's crazy. He's a good actor.
Here's the premise for The Sun Never Sets. Stars
it's a
Dakota
love story.
Fanning.
It's a love story. Go ahead.
A woman's relationship with her boyfriend hits a rough patch just as her ex reappears in her life, leading to messy entanglements in the Alaskan wilderness.
Yeah.
That sounds like your kind of movie.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what it is.
That's what I like.
And then finally on the viewing menu, HBO Max has added The Long Walk to its catalog. This came out last year, and it made my top 10 films of the year.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem with that. I thought it was really, really good, but it's one of those that I'll never watch again, I don't think.
Yeah, I have no desire to go back and rewatch it, and that's not to speak to the quality. It's just one of those where once you know how it ends, you've gotten everything you can out of the movie.
Again, a very unique concept, and it makes you think after you watch it. You know, like I sat back and I was like, there's a lot of different angles. But it was really, really good. Very intense.
Yeah, for anyone in the chat who hasn't heard of this movie, it's a dystopian future where there's a contest every year where one kid from every state is chosen to walk for as long as they can. And if you drop below a certain speed, soldiers walking behind you just shoot you in the head.
Yeah, you get 3
you're
warnings. You know what's crazy is the things you don't think about. Like one kid gets the shits. Like what are you supposed to do?
Keep walking, apparently.
Another kid's shoe like blows out. Like there are so many different little small factors that ultimately would catch up with a few of these guys. Terrifying.
Yep, it gets to a point where they're sleeping on each other. Like one person's like staying awake and walking, and one person's just kind of got their head down on the other person's shoulders to stay alive.
Yeah, and I thought they did a really good job with the cast as far as a bunch of unknowns that play the roles really well.
Yep. Ben Wang, who was in the most recent Karate Kid movie, David Johnson, who was fantastic in Alien Romulus, in the role of Andy, and then I forget who played like the main guy, but he was good too.
Yep.
And that's all I got.
That's what Tyler's watching, brought to you by our friends at Michelson Clay Travis. Up next on the show, that's being brought to you today by our friends at Way to Wellness, your journey to healthy living. Leslie, her board-certified team can help you jumpstart your weight loss. Get details on the website at planforme.com, planforme.com. Injection therapy to meal replacement, protein bars to prevent bad snacking. They've got it all for you. No plan is the same. No cookie-cutter plan. Every plan is designed specifically for you with no contracts, no sign-up fees, and that first consultation's free. It's Way to Wellness, your journey to healthy living.
Follow Brownie on Twitter and Instagram at ryanbrownlive.
Facing time for a crime, huh? Got a list of charges looming over your head. 5-0 got your back up against the wall. Them alphabet boys trying to sit you down on that rack. Well, have no fear. The People's Defender is here. Attorney J.B. Brown, powered by Alexander Shunnarah trial attorney. He meticulously investigates every case and challenges evidence. Dedicated to protecting the rights and futures of individuals facing criminal charges. Hit him up now at thepeoplesdefender.com. Thepeoplesdefender.com.
Physical office location, Birmingham.
Sterling and the fine folks at Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster want to welcome you in for a great lunch or dinner starting at 11 a.m. every day. Chicken that's brined overnight and cooked to order, and the taste of the Delta with those Delta recipe tamales.
Champies is perfect for all your tailgating needs this football season. You can also choose Champies for your next party, wedding, or birthday. Great food, great people. Champies Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster, and everything online at champieschicken.com.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Next Round shirts, Next Round hoodies, and Next Round hats are all in one place. NextRound.store. Find your favorite piece of gear from your favorite show and put it in your rotation. You never know. You might be in one of our videos showing Next Round gear being worn all over the world. Find all your favorite Next Round gear by visiting NextRound.store. Place an order for you and that big Next Round fan in your life at NextRound.store. Look your best at work, at school, at the stadium, or anywhere you go wearing Next Round gear from NextRound.store.
Hey, for all of your IT and printing needs, reach out to our friends at Xerox Business Solutions. Look, I'm still one of those old school guys. I print my notes every single day for the show. If you watch the show here on the Next Round, you see all the notes in front of me. From day one, Xerox Business Solutions, they've been with us here at the Next Round. Local for over 45 years. For all of your IT and printing needs, visit XeroxBusinessSolutions.com or call 205-969-3000. That's 205-969-3000. Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090. Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop, rare quality, well-done service. Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about one of our favorite places for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is Hamburger Heaven since 1982. Hamburger Heaven has been serving Birmingham's best hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, hand-spun milkshakes, and sandwiches made fresh to order. All of their ingredients are fresh and prepared daily. This includes their beef, always fresh, never frozen, hand-pattied each and every day. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, visit any of the 4 locations, Highway 280, Irondale, Gardendale, and Homewood.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. The Next Round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
All right, rolling along here. Clay Travis scheduled to be with us coming up here in a moment. This part of the show being brought to you by our friends at Johnston RV Center, johnstonrvcenter.com. Brandy's going to tell you about them after I remind you that the World Cup actual championship game is Sunday at New York, New Jersey Stadium, or as we like to call it, MetLife. On the other side of the river in Jersey, outside of New York City. They will, for the first time ever, have a halftime show. They've announced the artists for the halftime show. Madonna and Shakira, officially being called Menopause. Madonna, Shakira, BTS, Burna Boy, Bieber, and Coldplay all performing at halftime. How long is halftime?
Good grief. How long do they normally have?
Halftime of what?
With the
soccer
World
game.
Cup.
I knew Bieber was. I think they've got 15 minutes, is it not, Tyler? I think it's 15 minutes.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Well, they'll expand it like they do the Super Bowl then, right?
I don't know.
Shit, they got to. Unless
They're
everybody's
with
doing
all
1
those
minute.
acts?
Unless they're all out there together. I know Shakira and Burna Boy sing the official FIFA song together. BTS is
They're
Bieber,
probably going to do
Coldplay.
like one song from each, I would imagine.
Well, I don't know. Even then, that's more than 15 minutes.
Yeah, so that's pretty crazy. And a little bit later on, I've got crazy numbers from inside the stadiums during this World Cup. We'll get to 2 o'clock today on Fox, France and Spain, 2 Central, 3 Eastern for one of the semifinal games. Brought to you by Johnson RV Center.
Yeah, if you're one of the fans still here in the United States from one of these countries, go get an RV from Johnson RV Center to take up there and tailgate. Just outside. You'll love that outside New York, and you can go watch your team win the World Cup. Johnston RV's got them, man. Fifth wheels, they're popular here in the United States, and I would imagine they're popular in England and Spain and all those other places too. Johnston RV's got a great selection of those. If that's not your thing, though, more than 300 other types of RVs right there on the lot at Johnston RV Center in every price range, every size, at Johnston RV Center. And RV warranty forever. Make sure you got a lifetime warranty on everything that is new or qualifying pre-owned at Johnston RV Center. I-65, exit 304 in Coleman. 334 indicator, always online, johnstonrvcenter.com, johnstonrvcenter.com.
So I get back 9-ish last night from birthday celebrations and stuff, and I'm like, I want to turn on the Home Run Derby, see if it's still going on. Not on ESPN.
Nope.
Not on Fox.
Nope.
God, did it get rained out?
Nope.
It was on Netflix.
Yep.
Streaming only on Netflix.
How are you going to know that?
Well, they advertised it, I'm sure.
Where? I didn't see it.
I just saw it when I pulled Netflix to watch something last night.
And you saw the Home Run Derby was
But
on?
guess what I didn't watch?
The Home Run Derby? It was actually quite entertaining.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I saw the drama.
Best Home Run Derby of all time, says Barry Bonds, and I agree. And Schwarber of the Phillies, and the crowd was all into it because it's in Philadelphia, 11 home runs in the championship round. And then Jordan Walker of the Cardinals hit his 9th home run. And then if you hit a home run in your last ball, they went back to the old format. You keep going until you don't hit a home run.
Which it should be.
Yeah. So he hits a home run, and then he gets another free swing. It goes to 10. Then he gets another free swing. It goes to 11. And he gets another free swing, and he wins it with 12. Barry Bonds says greatest home run derby of all time. Jordan Walker makes $799,400 this year playing for the Cardinals. He won $1 million last night in the home run derby. He won more in the home run derby than he makes this year playing for the Cardinals.
I literally was watching this thinking, is this guy actually on their major league roster? I've never heard of this guy. I'm not a big baseball guy. I've never heard of him. I knew Kyle Schwarber and Bryce Harper and all those other guys. But just watching his family right there by home plate.
Very, very cool.
Only people in the stadium cheering for him are his family. And like he's getting cheers anytime he grounds one or hits just a regular pop fly. And his family just went nuts. That was pretty awesome.
He's only played in 3 abbreviated seasons before this year, but he's never put up big numbers. Like he's got 22 bombs this year. So one of the reasons he was one of the participants, but like this came out of nowhere.
It must have. Dunaway.
And he's a big dude. He's massive.
So my daughter had Taekwondo last night, and one of my buddies, Adam, was sitting with him, big fan of the show, and his son takes Taekwondo, and he and my daughter both in the same class. And he was like, hot sports time for you guys? Just joking. I was like, to be honest with you, I was on vacation last week. I didn't even realize the home run derby was tonight until I saw it on one of our screens this morning.
Well, normally it coincides with SEC Media Day.
Exactly. As Dunaway and I were talking about yesterday, it feels weird about that too. And he was like, well, it's not on ESPN. He goes, I think it's Apple TV. So I start trying to find out where it is. I go to the ESPN app. They don't even have it listed on there. I go to the Apple Sports app that I use. They don't have it listed.
If you would watch Ticker.
I went on the Ticker. So I Googled it to find out it's on Netflix. Like, I don't know what kind of audience they'll have for this.
Yeah, it was packed out in Philly, though. And tonight, the All-Star Game's on Fox, 7 o'clock Central, 8 Eastern. And, of course, that's after the World Cup soccer today on Fox. So the question I'll ask, Spain is the team the U.S. would have had to beat to make it to the semifinals if they had beaten Belgium. So would the U.S. be playing France at 2 o'clock this afternoon?
No, they would have moved it back.
Well, they would have moved it. They'd have to move it to tomorrow because
Yeah.
it can't go prime time because of the All-Star game. Right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Because the All-Star game's on
yeah,
Fox.
I was just doing it because, I mean, obviously the time sets up for both Spain and France with the 2 o'clock kick.
But there's no way they set this schedule. They knew when the All-Star
You know
game
what's
was.
crazy is I am all in on this 2 o'clock match. I will watch every minute of it. I will not watch a pitch tonight of the All-Star game.
Yeah, but you have a job where you can, not have to be working at 2 o'clock today, Central Time, 3 o'clock Eastern. Most of America, I mean, even the fans that want to watch this, even the Americans aren't playing, they want to watch France and Spain. It does seem odd that we're playing it at 2 Central. I understand that's perfect time in France and Spain to watch this. So it's about world numbers. But my question was, if the Americans had won, would we be playing this at 2 o'clock Central, 3 o'clock Eastern in the middle of the day today?
But Brown's right. I mean, Tyler, you're shaking your head, and I agree with you. It seems like that they would placate to us and do primetime for the Americans, but it's a Fox product, and so is the Major League Baseball All-Star game.
They wouldn't move it to prime time.
They wouldn't have moved it. They wouldn't have flipped the script and played tomorrow's game today and today's game tomorrow, because the way it was designed was to give the teams the maximum amount of rest as possible, and it would have been unfair to make those teams turn around and play quickly on Tuesday.
I think they would have pushed it back a couple hours.
Yeah, 4 o'clock.
Yeah, like a 4 or 5 o'clock.
And that would lead into the All-Star game.
Yeah, that's what I ask you is Fox would just build a full day of sports then, which I guess they could do anyway.
But, I mean, you guys, are y'all in on either, or you had to pick one?
It depends on how much it rains.
Yeah.
I'm going to play golf.
Yeah, I'm with Dunaway. The rain is going to impact how much I watch this game.
France to me is Alabama football under Saban. It's the Kansas City Chiefs at their prime. Like, it is such an easy team to hate, and they're that great. So, like, I think everybody that has been watching this is pulling against France. Would you agree with that?
No, I wouldn't. Although Spain is
of course, you said you didn't want to see the Americans win. But if you're a true American, you want to pull against France.
So you don't think France is the villain here?
Oh, no. Argentina's the villain for sure.
Oh, wow.
In the grander World Cup bracket.
That's interesting, because I get the feel that
Messi's beloved.
Yeah, I get the feel that people want to see Messi get one for the road here.
People being Messi fans, but outside of that, no.
Really?
Yeah. The general consensus among soccer fans is like, hate Argentina, love Messi. If that makes sense.
I would number 2 on the list that I've watched. I would put Argentina. Now, Mexico would have been up there. Brazil would have been up there. But right now, France is by far the most hateable team.
I would have guessed. The order in which people in the United States, I can only speak for our country here, want to see win this, I would have guessed, is Argentina number 1 because of Messi, England number 2, Spain 3, and France 4. That would have been my guess of the
with the Americans knocked out.
Yeah, I'm saying of the remaining 4, the American fans would have gone in that order: Argentina, England, Spain, France.
That sounds about right. I think maybe flip Spain and England just because people like to hate on England.
I don't disagree with you, but here's why I put England second among American fans. I think a lot of American fans watched that game against Mexico, and England earned their respect. That was what happened to me. I'm just going with my personal experience.
No, that's a good take. Talking to Bo, our president here, he was like, I guess I'm pulling for England. I can't decide if I should pull for him or not.
Watching that game they played against Mexico, and then I did not watch the next one they played. I was on vacation. But the one they played against Mexico, they just earned my respect. I mean, to play in that stadium, a man down, and play the entire second half basically down on Mexico's end.
Wall of 10. And
it was just incredible
pressure in that snake pit nonstop.
Incredible effort.
And I'll tell you about Spain. They're so boring. I don't think anybody really cares. Like,
that's right.
They are so good defensively. Yeah. So airtight defensively, but they don't have, like, you look at Mbappe, you look at Messi, you look at Kane. They just don't have that guy. But defensively,
Lamine Yamal is like rising star. He's only 18 or 19. But yeah, he's absolutely fantastic. A lot of people are saying he's the next Messi.
Okay.
And like almost sort of bringing up these comparisons where they're the same age at their first World Cup. They both scored in their debut. They both played for Barcelona as their main club. And so there's a lot of cool similarities there.
Some official numbers from FIFA inside the stadiums that Wealth puts out on Instagram right after. LT tells us about our friends at Lance's Lock and Hemphill. I assume you got a play on some side or total in the World Cup today?
Yeah, we've got the All-Star game up and available. We also have a side today in the World Cup between France and Spain. Jump on and win with us.
Just think tomorrow you don't have to take a day off from Lance's Luck. You get to make a play on a World Cup
that's
game.
right.
Oh, I know.
The
No
day after
dark
the
day.
All-Star
Yeah,
game,
well, we did have a dark day yesterday because we didn't do anything on the
Home Run Derby.
The Home Run Derby.
You should have taken that kid from the Cardinals. He
Yeah,
was a long
probably
shot.
should have. I think we get like 25-1.
Yeah.
But we do have 2 plays up and available right now. Free play every single day. Just let me let you guys know how we did last week. Very good week at lanceslock.com, where we were actually 18-13 plus 21 stars. So jump on board, win with us. It is always brought to you by our friends at Hemp Hill Services. Trust the name. Birmingham has trusted since 1954. Whether you experience plumbing, heating, or cooling issues, home or business, they are ready to serve you. Hard to stop a train. Call Adam, Chad, Andrew, the guys there. For more information, hemphillservices.com.
All right, so going into the weekend games, this is the attendance number, 6.25 million people before we got to the weekend games. 4 days ago, we played all the games by then? 4 days ago when these numbers were out. So these numbers are slightly not all total of the quarterfinal games yet. So we're approaching around 7 million fans for this. According to Wealth Magazine, numbers from FIFA inside the stadium, 6.25 million fans inside the stadium. How many beers do you think they have bought inside the stadium from official providers?
6 million, you said?
6.25 million.
Just the Scottish fans bought 1 million. I mean, they drink Boston dry.
Well, and Norway was around for a while. They were crushing it.
But
I
this
do
is
think
inside
English,
the stadium.
Inside
man,
the
not
stadium.
bars.
And England is in the semis.
Heavy drinkers.
I'm gonna say they're probably on. I wonder how many different matches are we talking about? Or are we just going fan for?
It's 6.25 million fans.
I will go 6 per. So
36 million
36
beers?
million. Yeah.
Some of them you've seen pictures of
Some them are
kids.
kids, yeah. You were going
5
averages.
million beers.
How
They've
many?
bought 5 million from official vendors.
That's a low number.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, Tyler, how many drinks did you have?
I had 2 drinks.
How many beers?
No beers.
Okay, 0 beers for him.
But still, alcohol is what I'm kind of equating to. That is a low number.
Yeah, I'm
That's-
surprised it's that
yeah,
low.
That's pathetic.
How many hot dogs from official vendors have been eaten inside the stadium?
Hopefully not more than the beers.
If there's 5 million beers, I'll go 3 million hot dogs.
420,000 hot dogs have been
All right,
eaten.
so we're high on both of these.
Yeah.
Yeah, so nobody's spending. I guess they're broke from spending money on the ticket.
That's
Well,
all
they
they
sold beer and hot dog.
Those hot dogs would stretch across 700 football fields, by the way.
Hey,
1.4 million bottles of water. Here's the amazing thing, and I assume you did not buy one of those soccer scarves while you were inside the stadium?
Not one of the scarves. I got a shirt.
Okay, the soccer scarf was running $40 each, it says. They've sold 103,000 scarves.
I bet if it was January, they'd sell.
The scarves are
500,000.
reselling on eBay too.
They're reselling?
Yeah,
Oh.
100, 150 a piece.
And 607,350 hospitality packages have been sold, prices ranging from $650 to $73,000 per packages. And one guy at Miami over the weekend reported he made $1,800 parking cars on his yard,
His
in front lawn.
yards.
He's got no grass.
Old Legion Field.
Yeah, that's right.
Old Legion
Waving
Field.
the towel.
sign.
Yeah.
So what was the price point on the scarf?
$40.
40 or
And they're selling
45.
it for
yeah.
150.
So will you pick some up to supplement your ticket price tomorrow?
No, I may do the T-shirts because I feel like I'll have an easier time selling those.
But that's a soccer tradition having those scarves, though, right?
Yeah, it is, but more people would want a T-shirt than a scarf.
More practical.
The first game you went to in Atlanta, did they still have the cheap concession pricing, or did FIFA take that
Yes,
over
they
too?
did.
they
You
really?
could get
Arthur Blank told him middle
Arthur
finger.
Blank said, "You want our
souvenir
stadium?"
soda. So you get the collectible Coca-Cola cup or whatever, $4.
Yeah, it's amazing
you
how
could
cheap
get
the stuff
a
is.
hot dog, fries, and that drink for $8.50.
I know.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I've seen Taylor Swift there, Metallica, and a Super Bowl, SEC championship. It is universal. the
Yeah,
price.
they do that cheap pricing. I applaud them for it.
Our 40 and 40 coming up in a little bit. One more thing to get to in this segment here. Before we tell you about our friends at New York Butcher Shop, I want to show you that the folks from Norway turned out to welcome their team back to their country after a great run. Was that their best World Cup performance
Yes.
ever, Norway?
I believe so, yes.
That was their only quarterfinal appearance.
And they had a legitimate star, too. I mean,
Yeah.
He brought back a souvenir from America. as well.
We're going to show that.
Oh,
But
okay,
here's
cool.
the fans turning out. Look at that. Down the streets and everything.
That's insane.
This is them just welcoming them back to the country. And then, of course, Holland is a big part. As they were flying in, by the way, the Norwegian Air Force had fighter jets beside the plane, bringing them in as a celebration. And then Holland gets off the plane with the stuffed raccoon.
With a bottle of vodka.
It followed me home. I don't know if it was vodka or bourbon it was holding. He says it's Greenall's Wild Berry Gin, actually, is what it says here. Wild Bill's Western Store in Dallas. It had been in there for almost 50 years, where he also donned a pair of snakeskin cowboy boots and a cowboy hat branded with his initials and a number 9 shirt number. So Holland got all that inside that Dallas store and brought it home.
There's supposed to be a really good documentary on Netflix. I passed it last night about Norway's team. Have you seen it yet, Tyler?
I have not.
It's supposed to be really good, though. It was an inside look, about the build-up coming into the World Cup.
But would you argue, Scott, if you go back to the first thing you showed before the stuffed raccoon, would you argue that this is one reason we still lag behind? It just doesn't mean enough to us.
Yes.
I mean, look at that turnout. I mean, our team wouldn't have had that kind of turnout if we'd have won the thing.
I don't know if we'd have won it when we went through the Canyons of Champions in New York. You don't think we'd have turned out to celebrate?
I really don't know.
By then, if you would have done the celebration within a day or two, I think you would have that buzz.
All right, so this team is the Elite Eight, right? And they got this kind of turnout.
No, that's unbeliable for the
it's
best performance
incredible.
ever.
Yeah, but when they beat Brazil, I mean, you guys saw the shots. I mean, they were going in Oslo. It was like 2 a.m. and a school night, and they were going nuts.
I mean, I know our game got almost 50 million. The game we got embarrassed by Belgium got 50 million viewers.
Yeah, and you didn't see the reverse Patriot walk leaving the hotel.
Do you think people would have taken off work today if we were playing in the semifinals?
I
don't know. I think there might be
a lot of people. Yeah,
some, but I still think you. I was about to say there were 50 million people that watched it. But boy, a large portion of that was just casual.
The watch parties, though, in Seattle and Kansas City, and even at Good People in Avondale here locally,
I'll
were
tell you,
huge.
even in the Impact tomorrow, look, and it's the guy from England owns it, but there's that local pub.
Yeah,
I'll go by there tomorrow for the England game,
Will
and
it be packed?
It will be absolutely packed.
New York Butcher Shop. Before we do the one more big thing here in this segment, tell us about New York Butcher.
We dropped by there last night after we took the dogs to run. We picked up a couple of steaks from our friend Jim and the great staff of butchers there. Look, the fresh meat's second to none. From the steaks, the ribs, the chicken, the pork, the made fresh sides in-house every single day. The fantastic selection of fine wines and desserts. If you're looking to be the hero on your way home, pick up some of the great meats or the deli sandwiches. 2 locations, the original Cabo Heights, Highway 119 in Greystone. Rare quality, well-done service. It's the New York Butcher Shop.
Our coverage from SEC Media Days next week in Tampa, both in Tampa and here in Birmingham, we'll have you covered for SEC Media Days. Alabama and Auburn letting us know which players they are taking down to Tampa. Bray Hubbard, Ryan Coleman-Williams, and Zabian Brown will be representing Alabama when they head to Tampa next week. And, of course, the coach will be there. And Auburn will be taking Byron Brown, kicker Alex McPherson, and then Champ Anthony, the DB, Chancellor Anthony, will be making the trip down there for the Auburn Tigers. So those are the folks heading down for SEC Media Days, which are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week in Tampa. And as our graphic package shows you, Tampa closer to Havana, Cuba than 15 of the 16 SEC campuses.
That's pretty insane.
It really is insane.
Yeah.
But when we did, was Dallas the same situation?
Yeah, no, because Oklahoma, Texas, and Texas A&M are at least close to Dallas.
Arkansas,
at least they got 3 schools that are close. LSU's not terribly far away.
I'm sure I could have picked a Mexican city that would have been closer than, maybe 12 SEC campuses.
I think Dallas was my least favorite, though. I don't know about you guys.
It wasn't great.
Yeah, it was not my least favorite. I'm trying to think what my least favorite setup was. That year we were set up in a ballroom in Atlanta was no fun.
That was the first year ever in Atlanta. That was still on radio.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they moved to the College Hall of Fame after that.
I still think Atlanta makes a lot of sense.
I would say Atlanta and Nashville are centrally located.
Easy airports.
Drivable for most schools in the conference would be, or the media for most conference cities, Atlanta and Nashville.
Yeah,
I think
this attendance is going to take a hit.
Yeah, I believe so.
I liked Nashville because it was the first time we ever had the standalone studio.
That's correct.
So that's some good memories.
Uh-huh.
But the construction that was going on around the hotel made that hard.
Brutal.
Dallas, I had, crazily, I had fun driving out and back. I had a good time with everybody in the van.
Oh, I thought that was miserable.
We played the Guess the Song games, and it's really good memories. It was my first Buc-ee's. It seemed like we were a long way away from a bathroom. And
We were.
a long way away for our guests to walk.
Yeah, we were pretty good ways away, but they still came up there. I remember Quinn Ewers,
yeah.
Dolphins quarterback, Quinn Ewers.
No, and Dusty and all those
and
people.
we
came
had the
down,
game set up where they played. They played the games for
yeah,
money.
that
That
was
was a fun one.
that was my favorite
Dallas.
part. Yeah,
but
yeah.
back to Nashville, like if we ever do a mystery fifth hour and some of our behind the scenes stuff, we'll give you some interesting tidbits on Nashville because that was a very, very big tipping point. Should have been a much better situation, but I love the behind the scenes guys like Shannon Terry showing up and drinking on the set with us.
Yeah, Brandon Marcello just hung out forever with us.
Yeah, maybe too long for Brandon.
Yeah. So interesting. What was I going to say? And Atlanta's always been fun, and Birmingham was good for our very first one as a product was in Birmingham. All right. When we come back, we will get to our 4 downs, our 40 and 40, and do 4 downs after we do our 40 and 40 on the next segment, being brought to you by our friends at Inverness Country Club. Tell us about Inverness, Brian.
ICCalabama.com, Inverness Country Club. That's where you go if you're looking for a club home in the Birmingham area. The best days happen at Inverness Country Club. 205-991-8608 is the number to set up a tour with our friend Aaron. 205-991-8608. Tell her, hey, I want to play where the next round plays. And she'll give you a tour. You'll see that beautiful course, the wonderful clubhouse with the great food inside, the tennis facility, world class that's under construction right now. It's going to be top level when they're done. That resort-style pool with the cabana, all right there at Inverness. But the best part about Inverness is the people. You can set up that tour, 205-991-8608, 205-991-8608, or ICCalabama.com. The best days happen at Inverness Country Club.
Follow Dunaway on Twitter and Instagram at jimdunaway.
Sometimes injury attorneys get a bad rep, being called ambulance chasers, showing up to the accident scene before the EMTs get there. At Alexander Shunnarah Trial Attorneys, this ain't that. We get enough cardio. No need to chase ambulances. Look, if you're injured in any type of accident, don't accept a dime from the insurance company. Hit up the gators of the litigation situation. Alexander Shunnarah Trial Attorneys. Call 659-777-7777 or AlexWins.law.
Call me, Alabama. Physical office location, Birmingham.
Sterling and the fine folks at Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster want to welcome you in for a great lunch or dinner starting at 11 a.m. every day. Chicken that's brined overnight and cooked to order, and the taste of the Delta with those Delta recipe tamales. Champy's is perfect for all your tailgating needs this football season. You can also choose Champy's for your next party, wedding, or birthday. Great food, great people. Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster, and everything online at champy'schicken.com.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Never miss anything from the next round when you listen on demand through the podcast platform of your choice. Apple, Spotify, iHeart, or Google Podcasts. Wherever you listen, always like, follow, subscribe, and turn on automatic downloads so you catch every part of the next round. Listen anywhere in the world at any time on the Next Round podcast feed, and support the show by following, subscribing, and turning on automatic downloads on any podcast platform. Thanks for always making the next round a big part of your day.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today.
Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from The Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie-cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness.
Hey, Lance Taylor from The Next Round to tell you about one of our favorite places for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is Hamburger Heaven since 1982. Hamburger Heaven has been serving Birmingham's best hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, hand-spun milkshakes, and sandwiches made fresh to order. All of their ingredients are fresh and prepared daily. This includes their beef, always fresh, never frozen, hand-pattied each and every day. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, visit any of the 4 locations, Highway 280, Irondale, Gardendale, and Homewood.
All right, 40 and 40 coming up in just a second. Let's see if I can do the radio thing. One thing. Oh, British Open starts on Thursday.
Yeah, I gave Lance a long shot. Long shot.
Well, look, I mean, I think you indirectly, I'm going to give you credit for it if we win, but I was like, I need British players.
Lance wanted a four Brit lineup thinking.
Yeah.
How's Sunday going to go?
Thinking they're going to win, Englishman's going to win the British Open, and then England's going to win the World Cup. It's going to be all England day.
Well, my tidbit I was going to say, what's happened last? A Canadian team has won the Stanley Cup, or a British golfer has won the British Open?
I'll go Canadian team has won the Stanley Cup.
I forget that. What year was that?
No, it was like
94.
It was 93. It was when Montreal beat the Kings.
Nick Faldo was the last Englishman to have won the British Open.
1992.
92, Nick Faldo.
So we've had a Canadian hockey team win the Stanley Cup more recently than we've had a British golfer to win the Open. By the way, Matt Fitzgerald, Tommy Fleetwood, Matt Fitzpatrick, and Tommy Fitzgerald, Fleetwood are your best chances for the Brits.
Justin Rose, he's got to be in there too. I would have those guys.
Do you not agree, though, that these things happen like strangely like that?
I liked Lance's thought there. He was having to build out a four-man team, and he asked me after the show, he's like, who did you have already? Well, you may not want to give that away.
I mean, I really don't care. I mean, I'm dead in the water, but I've got Justin Rose, Tyrell Hatton,
Matt Fitzpatrick.
No, he'd already used him. It was one of those where I know.
Who's the other Englishman I
Let me just tell you about Matt Fitzpatrick.
You're going to kick yourself when Fitzpatrick is.
I can't help
I knew
it,
a British
though.
guy would win.
Yeah, well, you're right, but I mean, I've already used him. I used him.
Yeah, there was one more
Masters,
you used, and he's like, Brownie, I need another.
Well, don't even tell the guy you gave.
I won't. Yeah. So I gave him a long shot Englishman, and then you know what I did? Dunaway, I was like, I never would have thought about this guy if we hadn't had this conversation. So I moseyed on over to Kalshi, took a nice little position on the same Englishman. I'll give it to you, Dunaway.
No, I'm good. I'm good. I don't want to land mine.
I mean, this guy's never won a tournament
in his life. Won a tournament if he wins this thing.
We go now to our 40 and 40 today. One college football team in our countdown voted on by you guys, our great fans. Every show until we get to the week 0 Friday before, where we unveil our number 1 team voted on by you guys. It is brought to you by our friends at Hoover
Toyota, LT.
Yeah, if you're in the market for new or used, any kind of vehicle out there, you need to go see our friend Scott Peoples right there, conveniently located Highway 150. They've got the best inventory, that on-site finance department as well. For more information, you can stop and see them right there on Highway 150 or online, hoovertoyota.com.
All right, we count them down, and we finish up the whole bottom line on our graphic today. We've gone Nebraska, NC State, Duke, Virginia, Vandy, TCU this week, and now on Tuesday we unveil team number 34, maybe the group of 6 playoff team. It is Boise State. Everybody says this is the best group of 6 team this year, and they get a chance to prove it against Oregon early in the season.
Yeah, look, it is obviously their most difficult game. The only game they might be an underdog in. You know, it'll be interesting when they go to Fresno. But outside of that, I don't see them being underdogs in any of the other 10 games. 7 Mountain West championships in 14 years. But now they head to the new Pac-12, where they will be the favorite this year. And you look at Spencer Danielson, your head coach. His first 3 years, 3 conference championships. Can he make it 4 for 4? He's got a senior quarterback in Maddox Madsen. He's got playoff experience from a couple of years ago. They still run the football exceptionally well. I know no Ashton Genty last year, but when you looked at the combination of Dylan Riley and Sire Gaines, they went for over 2,000 yards and 18 touchdowns on the ground.
Here is Spencer Danielson talking about what LT mentioned, going for a 4th straight conference title, as he was talking with Bronco Nation News.
Every week in and week out, you have a program that you're going against that is funded, that has great coaches, great players, and you better show up week in and week out, or you are going to get beat. And going for a 4-peat, it sounds good. It's gonna be the hardest thing, one of the hardest things we've ever done in our history. And that's why I tell our team, are you ready for that? That's why we're on the hunt. Like, the only way to do it is by taking every moment and taking advantage of it. And so I'm proud of where our team's headed, but this conference is going to be cutting edge, and week in and week out, you better be ready.
I don't know if I like him acknowledging the 4-peat, because, you did get to a college football playoff 2 years ago by winning the Mountain West, but this is a team that should win the Mountain West every year.
Should be. I will say this about their quarterback situation. That Oregon game will be start number 27 for Maddox Madsen, and it's probably a pretty short list of guys that have more starts in college football than him. 27 starts is a lot in this day and age of college football. Now, he hasn't been spectacular. He's a good quarterback. And I'm with Lance. I mean, you play your toughest game early if there is a way, and it would be a massive upset. You pull that upset against Oregon. I mean, you could almost go ahead and write their name on a bracket line.
Yeah, because you still can afford a loss.
Yeah, you could lose.
Yeah,
you could
that's
lose, but as long as you were conference champion, you would get in. At Oregon, Memphis, tricky game.
It is.
Easy to be 0-2.
Tough to win up there, though.
South Dakota at Western Michigan, and then you get into the new look Pac-12, all the states: Utah State, Fresno State, Washington State, Texas State, Colorado State, Oregon State, San Diego State, and then the flex game, which
have you learned any more about that?
We're still trying to figure that out. I did no research on that.
Yeah, I really don't know who they're playing on that flex either.
Well, we don't.
At the bottom, flex game will be a non-conference road matchup versus a Pac-12 opponent.
So it's a non-conference game versus a conference team on the road. And we didn't we discovered that while you were on vacation. Was it this schedule we were looking at, Jim?
It may have been this one.
Yeah, there was some schedule we were looking at.
But who else is in the Pac-12 they don't get? I don't see anybody in the current Pac-12.
It's everybody.
It'll be a rematch.
It's a rematch.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they play it on the road, so I guess it's one of the ones they play at home. I don't know.
Okay,
this whole flex thing.
That could be tough if you're at Texas State or at Memphis. Not Memphis. What am I saying? At Texas State. I don't think they would play at San Diego State because it wouldn't be back-to-back same opponent.
No, you wouldn't think so.
Yeah, but at Oregon State could be tricky.
Yeah.
And Utah State has its moments as well. So I don't know if it's a made-for-TV thing or why we don't have it already, but that's what the Pac-12 is doing because they're one team short until Gonzaga starts playing football.
But I do think that their defense has got to get better too. Like, defense went from 60th the year they actually went to a college football playoff to 39th total last year. But I do think they're going to be favored in 10 or 11 games. Very interesting. 9-1 when they forced at least one turnover last year. 0-4 when they didn't force a turnover.
Turnovers are key. Boise State, voted by you guys, probably a little low at 34. in our rankings. We'll continue the countdown every day, brought to you by our friends at Hoover Toyota. But as we always do, maybe a Boise State question in our 4 downs, which, Brownie, is brought to you by our friends at Central Alabama Asphalt.
Hey, when you're riding around the great roads of Alabama, you see some roadwork projects. It could be our friends from Central Alabama Asphalt and Construction doing those projects. They do a lot of them, and the fact that they get those federal, state, and municipal government road projects might indicate to you they've got all the work they can handle, and they just don't have time for your job. That could not be further from the truth. They've got an entire division dedicated to the smaller jobs. Same crews, same quality, same no excuse standards, no matter the size of the job. I'm talking like parking lots for a church or a community center or a small business, a parking pad, a driveway for your house. Whatever the job, big or small, get your estimate today, 205-349-0910. 205-349-0910 or centralalabamaasphalt.com.
First down.
More wins this year, the Boise State Broncos or the Denver Broncos?
So it was this time last year where I kept saying Denver, team to watch in the AFC, Denver, team to watch in the AFC, Denver, team to watch. I wonder if they regress a little bit this year.
Yeah, I think they will.
And
offensively, they are challenged.
Yeah, Bo Nix's health, all of a sudden that ankle becomes a concern. It's been...
You guys have Kansas City regressing. Now you got Denver regressing.
Well, I think the Chargers should win that division.
I think the the Chargers are going up.
Should win that division, but...
Yeah, and
by default at this point, the way you guys are talking.
Well, I think Denver
and
Kansas City are both 9-10 win teams. I mean, I think they're going to knock on the door of the playoffs. I do think they take a step
I think
back.
your answer to this question is probably 9-9.
It's 10-10.
Or 10-10.
Yeah.
I will hedge Denver over Boise State.
I will lean Boise 10-9.
Yeah, I'll take Denver 11-6.
11-6?
Whoa, you got
11-6 Denver.
Oh, okay. I got you.
10-2 Boise State.
I thought you had Boise State at 6-6.
11-6.
Gotcha.
Second down.
College football playoff first. Now, Boise's already been there, but Boise back to the college football playoff or Auburn going to a college football playoff?
I mean, I think Boise could do it this year. I don't think Auburn can this
If
year.
you've been with the show long enough, Auburn as a brand replacing Gus Malzahn in our 4 downs and our 40 and 40. We used to do Gus Malzahn a lot.
Have I done Auburn?
No. I'm just saying back in the day, Gus Malzahn was always one of these who does this
Anything-
before this.
anything that involved-
and Gus Malzahn.
Anything that involved like 8 or 9 wins, Gus Malzahn was your guy.
Yeah. More losses this year,
Yeah.
Gus Malzahn or Boise State. I'm going to say Boise State.
I think I will too.
Yeah, only because there's a carved out spot for a group of 6.
Easier path, right, is what you're saying?
No, everything does change if we expand the playoffs,
Yeah, well,
right?
yeah, you're right.
Because Boise should make it this year. Isn't it funny that the American is where a lot of love for that group of 6 spot has been, even though Boise was there 2 years ago, but the American was such a high point conversation last year. But now the new Pac-12, it seems to be we've forgotten the American. We're looking at the Pac-12 as the best group of 6 conference.
But I think part of it with the American is they lost all their coaches. I don't know that it was necessarily the top 4 teams in the standings. I'd have to go back and look, but I mean, you lost 4 coaches.
Yeah, Memphis, USF, Tulane, the biggest one.
Yeah.
And
Who was the other
But I
coach?
still think Navy, Memphis.
That Memphis-Boise game, I mean, that's a sneaky playoff potential, birth game right there. In week number 2, you mentioned it. Memphis is tricky opponent for them.
To your point, that could be a selection committee. That could be a data point they go back
That's
to.
right. I mean, they could have the same
Memphis
record.
beat them head-to-head on their place.
That's right. I know, Reese, I know we got to go all the way back to week 2, but Memphis did beat them head-to-head.
All games count, Reese.
Yeah.
Third down.
Darrelle Revis is 41 years old today, 42 years old today.
We learned yesterday he was a Pitt player.
Yeah. If I asked you, ultimately the better career, Darrelle Revis or Jalen Brunson?
Never heard of Brunson Island.
That's a good point.
Yeah. I've heard of Epstein Island and Revis Island.
Oh, wow.
I mean, Revis was, for a good 4 or 5 years, the lockdown cornerback in football. Brunson, though, has done something people didn't think could be done, where your alpha is basically 6 foot or less, able to win a championship, brings in their first championship since 73. Revis unable to do it with the Jets, different situation, but did do it with the New England Patriots.
Yeah, more people flagged on Epstein Island than on Rivas Island. I'm going to go Rivas.
That's close.
That is close.
I think the way Brunson's trending, though, I don't think there's any way Brunson gets another one, though.
I think Rivas was the overall better player in his position.
Now, Brunson will be remembered because of the
won a
championship and
yeah.
so long, and it being New York.
And
He'll be a guy walking out the Eastern Conference Championship trophy at Madison Square Garden 30 years from now.
Yeah, and I would ask you guys this.
Were you on Netflix? Hang on, were you on Netflix last night when Bobby Abreu and Ryan Howard brought out the trophies?
I did. One trophy, one necklace.
One necklace. Yeah, Ryan Howard got the necklace. Bobby Abreu, he was thick when he played.
Not that thick.
Bobby ate with Forrester up in Chicago.
Bobby Abreu's got my gut.
Yeah, he's a big old fella now.
He's shaped like me.
Yeah, go ahead, Lance.
Well, no, I was going to say, like, Pro Bowls don't really mean anything, but first team All-Pro does. And he was first team All-Pro 5 times. And I'm trying to see how many times Jalen Brunson.
Well, see, I think Brunson
three-time All-NBA second team, which is still incredible.
That's good. Yeah.
But I don't know,
I'll go
man.
Rivas.
I'm going to lean Brunson, but boy, close.
4th down.
Conor McGregor and his newly minted $30 million turned 38 today. If I ask you which Irishman ultimately has a better career, Conor McGregor or Shane Lowry?
Well, I mean, Lowry's got the one major championship with the British. I mean, if you made me bet, I'd bet he never wins another one. I mean, I think that would be the odds for you there.
God, it's so weird. He's such a likable guy.
He is
McGregor
very
is
likable.
such a hateable guy.
Yeah, but I mean, I think McGregor has accomplished more in his sport than Lowry has in his. So I think I'll go Conor McGregor.
I'm going to factor in Ryder Cups. I'm going to go Shane Lowry.
Fantastic in the Ryder Cup, yeah.
So I'm going to go Shane Lowry.
I like Lowry. I don't like McGregor, but I'm going to go Conor McGregor just because, you know, I mean, what is the bigger sport? Is it UFC or golf?
Over there, it is golf.
Yeah, I would say here in the United States, more people watch a big UFC fight than a major, I guess. I don't know. I mean,
but I mean, worldwide
what?
too.
You don't think so?
The Masters?
Not the Masters.
The Sunday Masters probably, what's it get, like 8 or 10 million?
Yeah, what about Sunday U.S. Open on Father's Day?
I don't know what it gets. I'd have to go back and look.
Yeah.
But I don't know what one of those big UFC pay-per-views get either.
I mean, they're just kind of diluted because you only get 4 majors, and you get what are we on UFC?
No,
what
I
was
think it was $392.
I mean, that's insane. Dana White likes that money.
He does. He doesn't mind going to the window, does he?
Yeah. I hope I'm around for UFC 400 next week.
Let's make it out of the summer.
Yeah.
I mean, we got 47 days to football.
That is 4 Downs today, brought to you by Central Alabama Asphalt. Odie's as well. Odie's Fest coming up July 25th. Some jam band themes this year. Always a great place for lunch and trivia on Wednesday nights.
Yeah, and live music every Friday and Saturday at both locations. The newer location right there on Broadway in Edgewood, the original location in Crestline. Get in, see Will Haver and that great staff. Incredible food from Rodney Davis for 4 decades now, from the wings, the burgers, sandwiches, ice-cold beer buckets full of the Bud Light, and, of course, the Odie's famous cup cocktails, the huge styrofoam cups. Stop in, see Will Haver and that great staff. 2 locations. It's Odie's Tavern.
Brian Kelly is talking to the folks at On3 Sports. He says that he was, here's his quote, to The Independent, a Notre Dame football podcast being reported on On3. I think I was mischaracterized only in the sense that I didn't leave Notre Dame because they couldn't win a national championship. Those words never came out of my mouth. What I said is, if I'm going to leave, I'm going to go to a place that can win a national championship. And that was perceived as being, oh, he doesn't think he can win one here, talking about Notre Dame. So I look at it, I think we all know this, dipping my toes into the media a little bit. There's never a great time. The timing stinks about changing jobs there. So he says he was mischaracterized about leaving Notre Dame for LSU, that he never said he couldn't win one at Notre Dame, that he only would leave Notre Dame to go to a place he knew he could win one. I got his quote.
Okay, go ahead, because I was going to say, I don't remember the quote.
I don't, but On3 does.
Okay, On3 says what?
Kelly tells the Associated Press the eve of his first practice, it's been awesome because you've got incredible facilities, you've got players that want to be great. I want to be in an environment where I have the resources to win a national championship, and I came down here because I want to be in the American League East. I felt like I did everything I could at Notre Dame, and they felt like they did everything they could for me. I felt like we had both got to a point where this is what they could do, right? Meaning they'd done everything they could do for me. This is what I did, and we couldn't get past that, okay? And so here we are.
Yeah, you're essentially saying you couldn't win a championship at Notre Dame.
Now,
And
also
we
because
agree
you've got
with
incredible facilities and players. I want to be in an environment where I have the resources to win a national championship.
I do think, and this is very strange to say because back to resources, I do think pre-NIL, he wasn't going to win one. I think NIL has really helped Notre Dame out as well.
It has, and maybe that is the thing that changed that will have Marcus Freeman already having played for one, and Marcus Freeman seemingly in contention for it every year now. Maybe NIL has changed that.
I know people won't agree. He is still a great coach. I think what is kind of comical, I was talking to our buddy C. Stu, big LSU fan yesterday, and he's like, what is the win total for LSU? And I said, it's 8.5. And he's like, man, that is really low. And I said, I think it goes under. I think Lane Kiffin is 8-4 this year. And what's crazy, Brian Kelly was fired in the middle of the season last year, but his first 3 years, he never won less than 9 games. 10 wins, 9 wins. And I think Lane Kiffin in year one, with all of this money they spend, is going to go 8-4.
Yeah. Here's what I would say. Like, if you're being intellectually honest about this, it's easier to win a national championship at LSU than Notre Dame.
No doubt. No doubt.
I don't know if that's the case anymore.
Why would it not be the case anymore?
Because A, you control your schedule, and B, you're able to recruit with the best of the best now because of the NIL situation. There is no limit on the money you can tap into at Notre Dame.
Well,
But
maybe
Notre Dame got shut out last year. There's no way LSU at 10-2 gets shut out of the college
I wouldn't
football
think
playoff.
so. Now, it is harder. I don't disagree with you. Your path to get in can be harder. But the only point I would make.
We just, by the way, changed the rules again for Notre Dame this year. They just have to be in the top 12. A team higher than them will get bumped out for the spot for the group of 6. So this year, if you haven't followed the rules, you could be the 10th best team. Excuse me, you could be the 9th best team in the country in the college football rankings and be left out of the playoffs if the Big 12 team champion is behind you, 10th. The group of 6 would be 11, and Notre Dame is 12. You could be the 9th best team in the rankings and be left out of the playoffs.
Right. Now, and keep in mind now, the committee controls those rankings too. So if they see a potential landmine there, they can always drop Notre Dame a spot to where they're 13th, not 12th. I mean, they essentially did that last year to them with Miami. I would just say, Jim, and I understand that even since Brian Kelly has been at Notre Dame, the world of college football has changed dramatically with the transfer portal and the NIL. I completely get that. I just always make the point that other than Brian Kelly, everybody that has coached Notre Dame over the last 15 or 20 years has won a national championship. And Brian Kelly.
You mean LSU?
Or excuse me, LSU. My apologies. Let me say it again. For the last 15 or 20 years, everybody that's coached LSU other than Brian Kelly has won a national championship. And Brian Kelly is a better football coach than either Les Miles or Ed Orgeron. You'll at least grant me that.
Yes.
Which makes even less sense.
And he's a better football coach than Marcus Freeman. He is. He is.
I don't know if that's the case.
I don't know long term, Lance. Maybe Marcus Freeman where he is right now, but you give Marcus Freeman the time that Brian Kelly had.
Yeah,
well, let me just.
Okay,
I'm not trying to be ornery here. I'm just saying.
No, I agree with you.
I don't know football enough to know about the X's and O's of it. And some of the job of a head coach is managing assistant coaches, recruiting, but also managing your players. And Marcus Freeman's demeanor seems to be more conducive into doing that than Brian Kelly.
No, the demeanor, I'll give you that, and very likable. And Brian Kelly is not a likable guy at all. I'm just talking about, I mean, you cannot deny what the guy did from Grand Valley State to Central Michigan to Cincinnati to Notre Dame.
He's won a lot of games.
Even LSU. I mean, the guy was winning games at LSU.
But now he's 92-39 in his time at Notre Dame. I mean, do you think Marcus Freeman will have that kind? If Marcus Freeman, I mean, we've got an apples to apples comparison.
You're looking at 92-39 when they're not including the 12 vacated wins in 2012.
I know, which I hate that Wikipedia does that because it's the easiest way for me to look up a coach's record.
So the number is much better than that.
Yeah, and I don't know what the number is because there are 2 years of vacated wins.
By the way, Brian Kelly tells The Independent, I don't think I've closed any doors in my own mind about coaching again. And I think that's the most important thing. You know, I'm very open-minded about what the opportunities might be for me. And he says if the right college job or an NFL job comes his way, he 100% wants to coach again.
Yeah, well, I don't think he wants to go out being fired. Of course, 99% of coaches go out like that. I think what's interesting, if you talk to LSU fans, like the approval rating from those coaches that you guys talk about, like Nick Saban, the guy that went to Alabama, is still their number one coach. And then you can make an argument whether it's Ed Orgeron because of that special season or Les Miles. But Brian Kelly, they all shit on Brian Kelly. Like no LSU fans like Brian Kelly.
Yeah, because he was never
family.
Yeah, never a part of the program.
Yeah, Les Miles was just weird enough to be part of it. Ed Orgeron was a true Cajun, and Nick Saban was just exceptional.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. Les probably had the best team in college football one year and the second best team in college football the other year. He should have won, 2 national championships. In my opinion, he shouldn't have had to play Alabama again in 2011.
He shouldn't have.
That was very fortunate for Alabama that they got a second
you're
bite
right.
at the apple.
Les Miles, the consistency of those teams. I mean, he had a great program going. He did. He was just a weird cat.
Yeah, I don't know what type of job Brian Kelly would get though. Like I don't think a major program would hire him. Do you?
Yeah, well, let's run through some of the jobs that will open up.
Well, it could be like just real quick. It could be a Michigan situation. Like you think it's kind of a placeholder for Kyle Whittingham. I think he's going to be there a little bit longer. But if you're stuck in a last minute situation where somebody leaves a job, Brian Kelly's not a bad option.
Yeah, but I think Kelly, how old is he? Is he
64, 65?
Yeah, so
I'll
he's
tell you
basically
right now.
the same age as Whittingham and probably less good shape. So Whittingham is to me a younger
64.
Is
He'll
a
turn
younger body, younger mind than Brian
That was
Kelly
pretty
is.
good, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's very good. He'll turn 65 this season in October. He'll turn 65. So when you hire him, you're hiring a 65-year-old.
He'll turn 65 on the CBS Sports Network probably.
But right now in the SEC, we did these. I did it with
take any
Connor
SEC job.
O'Gara
Any
last
of
Friday. He was asking me where, we put Kalen DeBoer, and I said number 2. I mean, if we did this right now with all these coaches, I would have Brian Kelly at number 3.
He would take any SEC job that opens.
You'd have Brian Kelly third best coach in the SEC.
Yep.
You'd
Sure
have him
would.
ahead of Sark.
Oh yeah.
You'd have him ahead of Kiffin.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, Brian Kelly does.
Sark and Kiffin have jobs.
Oh, I know.
Not on the CBS Sports Network.
LSU is a very dysfunctional place. We have learned that over the last couple of years.
Lance is right. He was 10-4, 10-3, 9-4.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be comical if he goes 8-4 this year, is it not?
Oh yeah. So 29-11. 29-11 through 40 games. Do you think Lane Kiffin will be better than 29-11 through 40 games?
Brian Kelly didn't play a 9-game schedule in the SEC.
He did not.
It's
That
tougher.
is one factor.
I would imagine they're getting out of the business of playing tough opening games, that Brian Kelly had to do that.
That's right. So that'll balance that
out.
out.
After this Clemson one, I don't know what their future holds, but after this Clemson one, and by the way, this Clemson is not as good as...
No, it doesn't look as difficult.
Yeah, as last year's Clemson did on the road and how USC did. They played them twice, Florida State twice. Yeah. Those were some tough games.
And one of those Florida State teams was the undefeated regular season
And one of them was UCLA that Orgeron lost to.
So they're not playing a terrible future schedule. They play Houston next year in Houston.
Yeah.
That would be more...
It's a neutral site. It's at the Reliant
But
Stadium.
do you guys think in Reliant this year against Houston would be more difficult than Clemson in Baton Rouge?
No. I mean, I know Houston's a sexy pick to win the Big 12, but Clemson, if you took Clemson's roster and put them in the Big 12, we would still pick Clemson to win the Big 12.
Yeah, but I mean, right now, seriously, if Clemson played Houston in Reliant, do you feel good about Clemson winning that game? I don't. I think it'd be a good game.
The LSU and Reliant will be a home game for LSU. There'll be more LSU fans than Houston fans.
And Clemson and Houston would be a home game for Clemson fans. They travel really well.
They play technically a home and home with SMU. SMU's game, for what it's worth, is at Jerry World.
Right.
So they play that. They play Arizona State in a home and home, and Utah in a home and home. So actually, LSU's got a decent schedule.
No, and LSU schedule this year, and I know we've talked about it in depth, but opening with Clemson, then they get a layup with La Tech, but then they go to Oxford, obviously, and then they've got A&M. If they were 2-2 coming out of September, it is going to be a disaster.
Yeah, 100%. It'll be a lot of fishbowl for Lane Kiffin there. Thought that was interesting. Brian Kelly there. If South Carolina, if Shane Beamer doesn't work out, that's always the one I go to. There's no way they call Brian Kelly.
I don't think so, but Kelly would take it in a heartbeat.
I mean, they've done it before with Spurrier.
Yeah, but it's 64-65 and him not being successful.
But if I'm South Carolina, what I look at is, okay, we've had really one good coach in our history. That was an old retread. Maybe we do it with Brian Kelly.
I do. If Satterfield doesn't work out at Cincinnati, does Cincinnati
Ooh, I would not take that if I was Kelly, though.
But would Cincinnati want him back?
Probably.
I mean, it's different now. Cincinnati's in the Big 12.
Oh, I know. It's a different world.
What was he in, the American back then or whatever it was?
Whatever it was. Yeah.
Of
course, I mean, he was in the Sugar Bowl when he left to take the Notre Dame job.
You guys are going to think I'm crazy, but if Venables, because when I was out, you guys had guys that could get fired this year.
Yeah.
If Venables was to lose his job, if I'm Oklahoma, I would give Brian Kelly a call. I really would.
Wow. That's such a good job.
Well, that is a primo job.
Yeah.
He's a primo coach. He's a dick.
You love him. You love him.
Yeah. And again, behind the scenes, I don't know what went down. Like there's obviously other things that happened in Baton Rouge. And so there might be some of those if you really dug deep where he might be so toxic you stay away from him.
Yeah. I just don't think he just doesn't seem like from the outside looking in, he runs a program that is that can thrive in the way the football world is now, where you have to be really good communicator with both your coaches, your boosters, and your players, or any of them can leave or shut off the money that you need so badly. It just doesn't seem like he thrives at any of that stuff.
Yeah, but maybe he learned. Who knows?
Yeah. Maybe so. All right.
And again, I don't like the guy. I just think he's a really good coach.
One more hour to get to. The show being brought to you by our friends at Hemp Hill Services.
205-229-2090. Trust the name Birmingham's trust since 1954 for all of your plumbing, heating, cooling, any of these issues arise in your home or business. Call Adam, Chad, Andrew. The guys there, they are awaiting your call. For more information, hemphillservices.com.
Follow LT on Twitter at @thelancetaylor.
Dump trucks, delivery vans, tankers, 18-wheelers, 35 types of commercial vehicles share the road with you every day. When one hits you, trust me, the company's lawyers are already moving. You should be too. Over $2 billion recovered. Alexander Shunnarah trial attorneys are ready to fight for you. Call 659-777-7777 or visit alexwins.law for your free case evaluation. Don't wait. Alexander Shunnarah trial attorneys. 659-777-7777. alexwins.law. Physical offices, Birmingham.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about one of our favorite places for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is Hamburger Heaven since 1982. Hamburger Heaven has been serving Birmingham's best hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, hand-spun milkshakes, and sandwiches made fresh to order. All of their ingredients are fresh and prepared daily. This includes their beef, always fresh, never frozen, hand-pattied each and every day. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, visit any of the 4 locations, Highway 280, Irondale, Gardendale, and Homewood.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Next Round shirts, Next Round hoodies, and Next Round hats all in one place, nextround.store. Find your favorite piece of gear from your favorite show and put it in your rotation. You never know. You might be in one of our videos showing Next Round gear being worn all over the world. Find all of your favorite Next Round gear by visiting nextround.store. Place an order for you and that big Next Round fan in your life at nextround.store. Look your best at work, at school, at the stadium, or anywhere you go wearing Next Round gear from nextround.store.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop, rare quality, well-done service.
Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from the Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie-cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. The Next Round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
Final hour of the show brought to you by our friends at Champy's Chicken. Tyler, tell us about Champy's Chicken while I pick up the coffee I knocked over.
Oh, no.
Well, Champy's Chicken is the best chicken.
Lids on it.
I mean, earlier we were talking about the fan-friendly pricing at Mercedes-Benz. I actually got some chicken fingers and couldn't finish them because I'm spoiled by Sterling because his chicken fingers are always crispy, crunchy, juicy, delicious, and the ones at the Benz were just dry. And it made me miss Champy's with the amazing sides, the Mississippi Delta recipe tamales, and the wonderful desserts, and, of course, the lavender lemon drop that y'all know I always get.
The drink?
Of course.
Is that a Megan,
Lavender
is that a
lemon
Megan
drop.
design?
That's a Megan special right there.
So I would assume vodka is the...
Yes.
Okay.
And a hint of lavender, huh?
Yeah.
Champy's Chicken, Highway 119 in Alabaster. Perfect for happy hour as well. We need the dry erase board before Brownie is going to tell us something, and you'll need an eraser as well. Dry erase board and an eraser. Go ahead, Brownie. What do you have?
I was going to ask two questions from the chat.
Okay.
Number,
we need to do a Q&A with the chat. We'll do that tomorrow.
Okay.
One segment. We'll let them ask us anything.
and ask us anything with the chat.
Yeah.
Brian Kelly to Wisconsin is mentioned heavily in the chat. How would you guys feel about that? You think that's a good fit?
Now that seems good.
I kind of agree. I think that'd be a good spot for him, Lance.
Good job by the chat.
Wait, where
Brian Kelly to Wisconsin. Brian Kelly replacing Luke Fickell.
I mean, I think that obviously he could get them. I don't know, man. Wisconsin, where are they on NIL?
I never know these things unless it's a high-end
I think it
program.
was trending bad for Luke Fickell before that, but I just don't know if they can ever get back to where they were.
And then Keith, with a question specific to you, Lance, would you take Brian Kelly over Lincoln Riley at USC right now? Head-for-head trade.
I probably would.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's consistent with what you say about Brian Kelly. You're being consistent there.
I love Lincoln Riley's offense, but there's just not the commitment. Now, with Gary Patterson coming in, I mean, that's why, to me, and I know we'll probably get into a semblance of this, like our top 5 storylines going into 2026, I think one of the massive storylines that nobody's talking about is Gary Patterson joining that staff. I think that could be absolutely huge for Lincoln Riley and USC.
Almost as good as Will Muschamp joining the Texas staff.
Yeah, but we've seen Texas play good defense.
Yeah, because Gary Patterson was there.
True. Yeah. And it really is a lot to that.
Yeah. Remember lines like that and menopause halftime shows.
When we do the Q&A tomorrow?
When you remember Jimmy D, his contributions to the show when we're talking raises in fiscal 2028.
We write your epitaph.
You have a dry erase board, LT?
I do.
And an eraser. Do you have an eraser?
I do not.
Uh-oh. We got an extra eraser somewhere.
Well, you can't use mine because
right at your feet. Right at your feet. Right at your feet.
Use this one.
That one's mine.
I'm just erasing it right. Oh, I need one the whole time.
Yeah. We're going to do a little NFL here. And I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions. Try not to peek over when I ask the question for the answers. And let's see if we can match any of these up. It's a little NFL match game that I like to do. We did this with college football one day when you were gone. And
it worked so well.
I actually did it with Brown and me and our relationship while you were gone too, LT, on vacation. So that's some time killer. Which team are you most interested in this upcoming NFL season other than your favorite team? So no Rams, no Dolphins, no Buccaneers. Which team is more interesting to you this year? Storylines, things like that. Now, not necessarily.
Can I do a tie?
You can do whatever you want to. The team that is most interesting to you this upcoming year. And I will tell you that later on I've got hot seat, disappointment, surprise, and your dark horse long shot Super Bowl champ. So those are your other questions. So the team that is most interesting to you other than your favorite team coming up this year.
Yeah, I'm doubling up here.
You've got one locked in?
Yeah, I've got two locked in.
Okay, give them to me.
I am going with the Minnesota Vikings and the Houston Texans. You know, the Vikings missed the playoffs last year at 9-8, but Kevin O'Connell is one of the best young coaches in all of football. And I am fascinated to see Kyler Murray getting reset, the former number 1 overall pick, the former Heisman Trophy winning quarterback, the former NFC Rookie of the Year. I think in this Vikings offense with Kevin O'Connell as his mentor, I think the sky's the limit. I really do. And then the Texans. Like the Texans, to me, are the best team in the AFC if they can get quarterback right. If C.J. Stroud can get back the confidence he had as a rookie, this Texans team, you know, winning 12 games last year, their defense is just the best defense in the NFL.
Brownie,
So-
give me yours.
Well, I'm in one of Lance's divisions there. I went with Chicago. I just think with Caleb Williams, if he can take that next step forward, there were times this past season he was spectacular as their quarterback. But, you know, it's just so interesting when you see young quarterbacks play in the league, but then once they get playoff exposure, it's a totally different world, you know? They get in the playoffs, and how do they respond to that? I mean, he had one of the most incredible plays of the season against your Rams. I know it had to be just a frustrating.
It's nominated for an ESPY for the best play of the year.
But, I mean, if he can continue to play that way, Chicago's a really interesting franchise moving forward.
Yeah, I agree.
For me, it's the Chiefs, only because they have been so dominant, and last year they looked so bad, and Mahomes is coming off that injury. The team has gotten old, and what looked like it was going to be a team and a franchise you were going to have to deal with
forever
for a long time still to come. All of a sudden, it hit the brakes and started bumping into guardrails quickly. I mean, think about if it goes bad this year, it could mean the end of Andy Reid.
That's
he
right.
may retire.
Travis Swift is done.
Travis is going to retire. She took his last name, but Travis is going to retire. Mahomes could be on the decline at that point. They traded away some good parts in the secondary to the Rams. It could go bad really quickly. You guys have already discussed it. Third place in the AFC West is on the table here this year.
Yeah,
Third
no,
place in the AFC West.
I don't disagree with you on
Yeah,
that.
and on the surface, like Mahomes aside, but coming off the injury, like we'll see where he is. I definitely think the Chargers, the Broncos, the Texans, I still would go Ravens, Bills, and Patriots. I think there's 7 better teams. And by the way, that's the number that makes the postseason.
Yeah, so miss the playoffs and having it all run through Arrowhead seems to be a thing of the past. All right, coach that is on the NFL hottest seat in your opinion. Let's do it this way. Best coach that could be fired.
Best coach that could be fired.
Yeah,
this year.
best coach that could be fired. Not the we'll stay away from the Aaron Glenn's and things like that. The best coach that could be fired this year.
You know what's funny? You rewind 365 days and do this exercise. Not one of us put Sean McDermott on there.
Right,
The Bills coach, and the Bills coach got fired.
But
yeah.
that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
here,
I mean,
guys.
but that's my point, though. I mean, y'all would have laughed at me last year if I had said,
Okay, I don't.
Sean McDermott.
I don't think this would happen because I think ownership loves him. And I don't think he's a very good coach, but he has had a lot of success. And I think they're going to bounce back. But Dan Campbell,
yeah,
like if Detroit was to miss postseason again with all of the talent they've got, then I think he finally takes the wrath for that.
9-8 last year.
Yeah. And not bad, again, and, should have been in the Super Bowl just a couple of years ago, but they have so much talent. If they were to miss the postseason, again, they had the best point differential in the NFC North but they were at the bottom of the division last year. But again, it was 9-8.
I'll go with your boy Kevin O'Connell.
KOC?
I mean, they keep he keeps having to reset at quarterback and do this and that, and he's got a great offense, but at some point you got to deliver. You got to win.
I get it, but, he's not the one making the decision on the quarterback. Like, he hasn't had that control yet, and I think until he wins at a high level, he'll never have that control. And so you've gone from Sam Darnold, which looked – a lot of people give him credit to where Sam Darnold was last year winning a Super Bowl because he goes and plays for a defensive coach and ultimately wins one in Seattle. But you did it with Darnold. You did it with J.J. McCarthy. Now you're going to be doing it with a different quarterback altogether and Kyler Murray.
From the Sean McDermott files, Jim Harbaugh. Now, I'm contradicting myself because I said the Chargers could win that division. But, I mean, the Bills won their division.
It's a tradition unlike any other.
The Bills won their division. I will remind you, Jim Dunaway and a more accomplished coach, Sean McDermott, got fired. He's more accomplished than Jim Harbaugh, Sean McDermott, in the NFL.
Yes.
And the Bills won their division, and the Bills went to the playoffs, and he still got fired.
Wait, Sean McDermott's not more accomplished than Jim Harbaugh?
In the NFL?
No.
Are you out of your mind?
Jim Harbaugh's been to a Super Bowl.
Sean McDermott has been far more consistent than Jim Harbaugh. I mean, that's one Super Bowl
with an
trip.
Absolute elite quarterback, and one of the reasons he was fired. You can pull the numbers.
Jim Harbaugh's got what they say should be an elite quarterback.
I mean, Harbaugh's been to a Super Bowl.
He has.
Yeah,
he has.
Biggest disappointment this year, however you judge biggest disappointment, team-wise.
Team-wise.
Talking teams here. I'm going to go with the Philadelphia Eagles. I said yesterday I like the Cowboys to have a good year, win the division. The Commanders aren't bad. The Giants are getting better. Jalen Hurts takes on a lot of heat for a guy that's been as successful as he has been. They lose A.J. Brown. Saquon is a star at running back, but I just feel like the Eagles are it's not really Super Bowl or bust, but it feels like it oftentimes with them. I'm going to go Eagles. Biggest disappointment.
I'm going to make Lance happy. He got mad at me about Jim Harbaugh.
I didn't get mad.
I'm kidding with you, Lance. I didn't get mad. How about the Seahawks?
Oh, I'd love it.
I thought about it.
Oh, I mean,
coming off Super Bowl,
you're world champions, so you only stay the same or go backwards. That's the only two things you can do there. You can't get better than win the Super Bowl. And I mean, I don't just say this because he's sitting next to me. The Rams were the better team. The Rams were the better team.
Yeah.
I mean, the Rams didn't get the home playoff game in large part because of the play I just brought up, that Bears play. I mean, that one was...
Well, and what's the McCauley guy that does Terry McCauley?
Yeah, Terry McCauley. Oh, the 2-point conversion was really why you didn't get home field. Let me back up to that one, the 2-point conversion. If the Rams get home field, they are in the Super Bowl.
He stuck it in our dick. He really did.
Yeah, and I just think the Seahawks take a step backwards. I think it'll be a disappointment.
Okay, I'm going to go with the team they beat in the Super Bowl, and that is the New England Patriots. Mike Vrabel, I don't know if you guys know this. The offseason's been a little rocky for Vrabel.
I almost put him on the fire list. It's just they've stood by him this long. I just don't know that they'll fire him over anything.
Well, I mean, you've got an owner that
it's kind of hard for him to take that stance.
Yeah. But 14-3, watching that team, how in the hell did they go 14-3 last year? Like, I like Drake May a lot. I think he is borderline one of the top 10 quarterbacks in this league. But if you look at Vrabel at Tennessee, don't think he ever should have been fired. But 6 years there, 3 years he misses the playoff, 3 years he gets the playoffs. He's very inconsistent. And I think with all the drama going on and the close wins last year, I think it might catch up. Now, the problem is that division outside of Buffalo. No offense to your Dolphins, but I don't think Malik Willis is going to
the worst team in the league.
Strike any fear. And I don't think Geno Smith, I just don't see anybody else in that division doing anything. But I do think New England comes back to earth.
Could be a one-bid league, though. I mean, one playoff team.
You want some chat room feedback real quick on some of these?
This.
Coach getting fired, and I wish I'd have thought of this one. Daniel says Matt LaFleur at Green Bay. Playoff pressure.
Oh, yeah.
They've had some earlier than desired exits there.
And to me, that is the best overall division in football.
Some people said Schottenheimer at Cowboys. You said good coach getting fired. I don't know that Schottenheimer's a good coach. I don't know. I mean, he's at the Cowboys. Troy said, I was thinking Dan Campbell, but didn't want to say it. Jay agrees with you on Dan Campbell. Keith says he liked your answer because of locker room issues. I guess that was which one? Was that your coach getting fired maybe?
That was O'Connell. I don't know if he has the locker room issues.
Locker room issues are Kyler Murray and J.J. McCarthy.
Yeah.
There's obviously an issue there.
I think another Dan Quinn's interesting because the Commanders were in the NFC Championship game. I know Jaden Daniels was hurt last year, but, they were 5-12. If they have another disaster-like year, I mean, Dan Quinn's always going to be known 28-3. Right, Forrester?
Scott loves that you bring that up. Troy says, biggest disappointment, I'm going to say the Steelers. I think they end up regretting firing Tomlin.
But what is the expectation? I think we finally expect them to be sub 500.
The expectation is being right around 500 to me.
Yeah,
it's the Steelers.
9-8.
Yeah.
Seems like it was what it would be.
Daniel real quick disagrees with me. He says Mike McDonald's a top 3 coach in the league. There's no way they fall off.
Oh, he is.
He's a good coach.
Very good coach.
Biggest surprise this year, however you judge surprise, biggest surprise team-wise in the NFL.
So
the other one's going to be long shot Super Bowl champion, so I guess technically they could both be
one in the same,
but I'd appreciate a little difference. Biggest surprise.
Just for Forster, I am going to go the Falcons because I think it is interesting when you bring Stefanski in. I was talking to a Falcon fan over the weekend. He's like, I don't have any expectation for this team. Yeah, I think the Falcons with a wide open NFC South and a team that won 8 games last year, but you've locked in Kyle Pitts. I think he knows the expectation now. They've got to get quarterback right, but I think either Penix or Tua in that system, either one of those guys healthy with Bijan in that backfield and Drake London, I think the offense can be really good. James Pierce is a concern, but I agree with you.
I almost went Falcons like you two on, what was the first question you asked?
Biggest surprise.
No, the very first one.
Which team is most interesting?
Most interesting. I think the Falcons are a pretty interesting team. I went Giants for a big surprise. If everybody could get back healthy.
Yeah.
Second year out of Jackson Dart, Malik Neighbors, if he is back healthy. The big running back whose name I just blanked on for some reason, if he is back healthy. Scattaboo.
Yep.
I mean, I think the Giants could be. They're a team that can make some noise if they can all get back healthy now.
Taco joint last week, and they had on the replay for the Big 12 championship game between between Iowa State and Arizona State from 2024, and just watching Scattaboo
up and down the field.
Yeah, and it's one of those. It looks obvious now because he's had success until the injury in the NFL, and you're like, why was this guy not drafted earlier?
Yeah, 100%, and that's why Sam Levitt. His big year, now that he's quarterback at LSU, his big year was with Scattaboo, right?
Yeah.
I mean, how dominant was he to have back in that backfield? Last one is the long shot Super Bowl champions.
How deep do I have to go for a long shot? Mine's 20-1. Is that long shot enough for you, Lance?
Whatever you consider to be a long shot.
So to only get one here.
Yeah, that's it.
I want to pull a Wimp Sanderson and try to name as many as possible.
Yeah, I just, Brown.
What?
Rams, obviously not a long shot.
Well, clearly they're going to win the whole thing.
Yeah, you don't have to go Dolphins.
Somewhere
between the Rams and the Dolphins.
Don't you worry.
Yeah.
Actually, Cardinals were worse odds than the Dolphins. I'm going to go Cincinnati Bengals. They're a 20-1 shot right now.
Yeah.
Now, health is always an issue with this team because of Joe Burrow.
I didn't write that. That was
it one of your thoughts?
First one I thought of, and I was like, God, is that a long shot? Or I don't have the odds pulled up in front of me.
Well, 20-1.
I just felt like I was going to say Bengals, and Lance was like, they're not the long shot.
Well,
they got Joe Burrow and Jamar
Chase. I'll tell you the neighborhood they're in, Jim. They're 20-1. Detroit's 19-1. Houston's 18-1. Denver's 20-1. Dallas is 25-1. Chicago. So they're in that neighborhood. That's a long enough shot, I think. It's middle of the pack.
Mine is Texans.
Yeah.
Defense,
they're 18.
Defense wins championships. And their defense is elite.
It was so good in the postseason, they just couldn't get a quarterback.
I think David Montgomery is going to help them sort of stabilize a fleet of running backs, and hopefully then get C.J. Stroud when they get to the postseason, get their brain right in the playoffs. So I'm going to go Texans as the long shot Super Bowl champions.
I am going to go with your Jim Harbaugh, the Chargers at 15-1.
15-1
now,
odds.
Justin Herbert needs to win a playoff game before you can win a bunch.
I mean, that seems like an issue.
Same with Sam Darnold, though. I do think the Chargers are going to be much improved. You hate the fact that Jesse Minter is out of there, but I think the Chargers are going to be really, really good. I also thought about Detroit. I thought about the Texans.
You got Dan Campbell getting fired and being a long shot Super Bowl. I had to thread a
they
needle
have that
with
kind
him.
of talent. You know what I mean?
It's
They
a
got
boomer
that kind of
bust.
talent.
Yeah, it's a boomer bust.
Yeah, and the window's closing there. I mean, it closes so fast. But
if I'm just
how old is Jared Goff now?
He's 30. I mean, so he was drafted 2016 as a 22-year-old. So He's 32, 33.
32. So, I mean, we're starting to, go around the dark side of the moon for Jared Goff's career.
Yeah, I do think if you're just looking at pure value, I mean, the Vikings at 45-1. Wow.
Can you picture Kyler Murray
Nope.
holding up the championship?
But can you picture
CJ? Can you picture somebody holding Kyler Murray up to get the championship trophy?
But literally, can you picture CJ Stroud? Like,
no.
I mean,
could you have pictured Sam Darnold last year?
Never.
I mean,
ever.
that's
That's the NFL.
That's the NFL. And as I said when we were doing Coach on the Hot Seat, you guys would have laughed me off the show if I'd have put Sean McDermott on this time last year. I mean, there's no chance he's getting
and
fired.
sooner than later, like it's one thing when you talk about the Bengals or the Browns, like those are teams that probably never win a championship. But the Dallas Cowboys are going to win another one. And I know you like the Cowboys this year. I like the Cowboys to win that division. They're 25-1. They've got an elite quarterback. They've got elite receivers. The defense got much better, even with the loss of Micah Parsons, because
I feel like they always have that though.
Yeah.
And they never find a way to do something with it.
Camps open on July 22nd. Sometime between now and the start of the season, we'll give you our playoff picks and the teams we think will make the playoffs and not make the playoffs.
Are you going to do your deal where you got to get 6 of 8?
I can give it a shot. It seems easier now than it used to.
Yeah.
Seattle goes from not making the playoffs to winning the Super Bowl.
The show being brought to you today by our friends right there at Crane U, LT. Tell us about Crane U.
Yeah, our friends at Crane U want to remind you, if you're curious about a career in the crane industry, the first big step is getting certified, becoming fully compliant. Crane U is here to guide you every single step of the way, from the first-time operators to seasoned professionals seeking their recertification. Their industry-leading training programs are built for all experience levels, backed by a team with over 100 years of combined real-world expertise. Crane U delivers the knowledge, hands-on skills, and confidence you need to succeed in the field. Inspections, training, certifications, whatever you need, Crane U's got it handled. One call you make and you're good. Whether you talk to Nicole or Francis, make sure you tell them the Next Round sent you. For more information on all of it, craneu.com.
Did you, when you were doing your Chargers breakdown, did you mention Mike McDaniel? You mentioned Mentor being gone.
No, but I think that is a great addition to the offense.
I do too. Now, Mike McDaniel may have failed as the Dolphins coach, but the guy knows offense.
And there's and the ability to run the football in Mike McDaniel's offense is really the difference to me, because I think that will take a lot of pressure off of a guy like Justin Herbert. And then you look at Hampton, second year out of North Carolina. I think he's going to be really good.
Yeah. So Mike McDaniel, I think, is. You didn't ask assistant to watch. That's an assistant, new coach in a new place that could really make a huge impact with Mike McDaniel. Just wanted to throw that in. Daniel mentioned it in the chat too.
All right. When we come back, we've got some good news, I think, in politics and trash. All that is coming up. Brought to you by our friends at Champy's World Famous Fried Chicken, Highway 119 in Alabaster. Get by and see Sterling. Get a lavender twist, a lavender haze. What's it called?
Lavender lemon drop.
Yeah, from Megan, whatever you want there, but go for the food too. Champy's World Famous Fried Chicken, right there on Highway 119 in Alabaster. The chicken's brined overnight by Sterling, cooked to order, juicy to the bone. I love the 2 big breasts, the in-house made sides, in-house made desserts, hand-cut chicken fingers, the Mississippi Delta recipe tamales, and so much more. Highway 119 in Alabaster is champyschicken.com.
Follow Scott Forrester on Twitter at scottforestertv.
When a motorcycle accident turns your world upside down, who's going to look out for your family while you're healing? Alexander Shunnarah Trial Attorneys is here for you, fighting for injured riders and getting families the compensation they deserve. The consultation is free. They don't get paid until you do. Alexander Shunnarah Trial Attorneys. Call 659-777-7777 or visit alexwins.law. Don't wait. Call 659-777-7777. alexwins.law. Physical office, Birmingham.
Sterling and the fine folks at Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster want to welcome you in for a great lunch or dinner starting at 11 a.m. every day. Chicken that's brined overnight and cooked to order, and the taste of the Delta with those Delta recipe tamales. Champy's is perfect for all your tailgating needs this football season. You can also choose Champy's for your next party, wedding, or birthday. Great food, great people. Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster, and everything online at champyschicken.com.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Never miss anything from the next round when you listen on demand through the podcast platform of your choice, Apple, Spotify, iHeart, or Google Podcast, wherever you listen. Always like, follow, subscribe, turn on automatic download so you can catch every part of the next round. Listen anywhere in the world, anytime on the Next Round podcast feed, and support the show by following, subscribing, and turning on automatic downloads on any podcast platform. Listen anywhere in the world, anytime on the Next Round podcast feed. Thanks for always making the next round a big part of your day. Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531.
Hey, for all of your IT and
it's
printing
Storm
needs,
Restoration
reach out
Roofing.
to our friends at Xerox Business Solutions. Look, I'm still one of those old school guys. I print my notes every single day for the show. If you watch the show here on the next round, you see all the notes in front of me. From day one, Xerox Business Solutions, they've been with us here at the next round. Local for over 45 years. For all of your IT and printing needs, visit XeroxBusinessSolutions.com or call 205-969-3000.
Stop by the New York
That's
Butcher Shop and pick up the
205-969-3000.
finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop, rare quality, well-done service.
Alabama gets us to maybe the best news about a story that has been in our show for 17 years. Urology Centers of Alabama has been taking care of you, though, for 70 years. 70 years. That's 50 plus 20. 70 years.
Good math.
Right here in central Alabama. To me, the best urological care that you can find. Great doctors and a great facility there. They have a men's center just for the men and a women's center just for the women. They handle men and women, but the men's center there, they take care of testosterone and other issues, ED, they can do that, prostate health, kidney stones, and everything in between. To find out everything they offer, urologycentersalabama.com, urologycentersalabama.com. Keep in mind that 1 in 8 American men have some kind of a major prostate issue at some point in their life. That's why early detection is so important. UrologyCentersAlabama.com, 205-930-0920 to schedule that appointment there. Good news, in my opinion. I hope you guys would agree with me. This week, maybe even today, but at some point this week, the House of Representatives will pass, most likely, to keep daylight savings time permanently. It will then go to the Senate and then to the president's desk. It is expected to pass the House. It's expected to pass the Senate, and is expected to be signed into law that we are going to keep daylight savings time permanently, and that's the good time.
Yeah, I mean, look, there were, a couple of things that I think we all agreed upon that are common sense. I think daylight savings time is one of those. I think playing the Super Bowl the night before President's Day was another one.
I think we're close to that one. I think it happens this year.
So I think ultimately
it does happen this year.
Once you get it, it's never going to go reverse because, like, who would be against daylight savings time?
Well, some people, the fact that sunrise could be as late as 10 after 8. And
that's Eastern time.
No, that's Central time, I think.
I don't know if I've ever seen the 8 o'clock hour.
Yeah. It says right here, the robot.
December 1st is the
longest,
the shortest day. The shortest day of sunlight.
In Birmingham, sticking to current summer daylight saving time would mean winter morning sunrise after 8 a.m. occasionally.
Yeah. I would be okay with that.
Oh, I don't have a problem with that at all.
The one I saw, Brown, was 7:52 a.m. sunrise.
That'd be the latest?
In Birmingham on December the 1st. And
was that from Stephanie? Because my wife referenced that last night.
I do not know. It was on a graphic on Instagram that... Oh, here we
go.
I sent it. Here we go. In Atlanta, Georgia. So that's 8:25. So 7:25 on December 1st, roughly, around about. But see, 5:28 is the sunset. Now, that's going to be your shortest day.
Yeah, I'll take that.
But 5:25 would be our shortest day.
So essentially, that takes sunset from 4:30 and pushes it to 5:30.
Yeah, basically 4:25, 4:30 to 5:30.
Yeah.
And that would be our shortest day of sunlight. So I don't know, let's say you're a golfer.
Okay, I am.
And the least amount of sunlight, you could tee off at 1:20.
Yep.
And still have enough light to hit a ball on 18 in a 4-hour round.
Yep. Year round.
Year round.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys ought to move to like Denmark or Norway. Because
I don't really want to do that. I don't think the courses are good.
It's 20 hours at least of daylight.
This time of year.
Except sometimes it's 20
hours at night.
No, not the other way.
Oh, it's not?
No, Alaska.
Ever?
But no. Like, I was talking to a guy in Denmark, and he's like, yeah, man, he was like, you get used to it. He was like, but on average, we've got 18 hours of sunlight every day.
Yeah.
Year round.
Well, I do know, like at the British Open, they never have to worry about darkness. They could play till like 10 or 10:30. I just had some buddies that came back from a golf trip over there, and they said we could have played till 10:30 at night.
Yeah, look, I think that there is a need for, I mean, I like when the sun sets, but, we only need a few hours of it.
So why did daylight savings time start?
Well,
it feels like something left over from farming days. Like get up when the sun rises, go to bed when the sun sets.
I think it's difficult to pinpoint this. I have read that it did have something to do with farming. That it had something to do with the world wars, apparently.
I love when we throw knowledge out and we feel pretty good about it.
Yeah.
I mean, kids.
I think farming was the main thing.
I thought it was kids on school buses.
Well, that's one of the complaints about it is, our kids are going to be at the school bus, at the bus stop at dark, and I don't really know why that matters. Why does it matter if it's daylight or dark at the bus stop?
I think it's different if you're getting home after dark.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think every kid in America would say, I'll stand at the bus stop in the dark if I can have more time to play outside when I get home.
And I remember standing out at the bus stop after dark, or
Did it scar you?
early in the morning when it's still dark out, so we didn't avoid anything.
Yeah.
Daylight saving times created as a wartime energy saving measure by shifting clocks forward in the spring. Governments aim to maximize evening sunlight, thereby reducing the need for artificial lighting and saving vital fuel and coal for the war effort.
So
World War I effort.
We weren't close.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
so,
I said it was wartime, but some have said it was due to farming, but I had always heard the thing about wartime.
Germany and Austria were the first to implement the practice in 1916. The United States formally adopted it on March 19th, 1918 as part of the Standard Time Act. World War II, the practice was heavily revived to support military production and wartime energy conservation. Standardization to eliminate the confusing free-for-all of local clock switching that followed, Congress passed the Uniform Time Act in 1966.
Yeah,
so
I
that
don't.
everybody recognized that, and then other states have sort of gone backwards.
It gets confusing. Like Phoenix doesn't change time, I don't think. Indianapolis doesn't change time. There's some places, and then places like in our state, Phoenix City, because they do so much over in Columbus. They operate on Eastern time. They call it down there fast time and slow time. You're either on fast time or slow time.
No idea that they do that.
Yeah. Phoenix City, because so many people work across in Georgia, there's a lot of parts there that are on Eastern time. They call it fast time or slow time. You're on fast time or slow time.
That's exactly right.
Fast is Eastern, slow is Central.
And then it was 2005 that we did the modern expansion to where we set it to be second Sunday in March, first Sunday in November to get it more uniformed and a set in stone time. So it's been changed a lot. Could get away from it and just go back to the way it was before 1918, where you don't have no fallbacks or spring forwards.
Yeah,
I'd be okay with it.
I would too. It doesn't bother me. I tell you what, those first few days after the time changes and it's getting dark at 4:45, 5 o'clock is miserable.
It really is.
And, I mean, like,
Best part about it is football season.
But it is, at least in football season. But at 7 o'clock at night, I would swear it's midnight. And you're like, God, it's still 2 hours before I even think about going to bed.
And that was like Sunday sitting there, and it was 7:45, almost 8 o'clock, and it's still light out.
Yep.
It's hard to beat.
Those are the best.
Yep.
Those are the best. All right. Before we get to trash, the show today being brought to you by our friends at Bud Light and Budweiser, the great folks at Adams Beverage, Anheuser-Busch, and our friends at Walk-Ons have all teamed up to help out Folds of Honor, Alabama, the entire month of July. If you go by one of these three Walk-Ons locations, Stadium Trace in Hoover, Trustful location, and the one on Highway 280, Tattersall Park, you can buy a $2 bottle of Budweiser Bud Light or a $3 16-ounce draft of Bud or Bud Light. And you'll have QR codes at the table and bar to donate to Folds of Honor, Alabama. All the proceeds stay here in the state of Alabama. We got a big check presentation coming up July 31, but let's make it a big check presentation. And all you have to do is go in there, drink those $2 beers, $3 beers of Bud and Bud Light at Walk-Ons, enjoy their food. And as you tip your great servers at Walk-Ons, throw a little camera on that QR code and throw $5, $10 to the Folds of Honor, Alabama, helping veteran families, first responder families, as we honor those who gave the ultimate sacrifice to help protect us both abroad and here at home. Folds of Honor, Alabama. Donate today with that QR code on your screen or by one of those great Walk-Ons locations. And thank you to Budweiser, Bud Light, Adams Beverage, and our great friends at Walk-Ons.
It's hard. I mean, we had just finished building our dream home, my wife and I. You could walk out our home and look at the Golden Dome. We tore down an apartment complex to build this beautiful home.
LT's Trash is presented by Bud Light.
Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. We start first with a story that was sent from our favorite resident Virginia Tech fan, John Willard, a Virginia former resident. Every city has its superhero. Roanoke now has someone calling himself the Roanoke Raven.
The Roanoke Raven. This is in Virginia, not Alabama.
Now, this is a local masked man who says he's an EMT and a firefighter. He's gaining traction on social media as he posts about projects he says are aimed at making the city a better place.
Oh, Alexia.
A local
I think she's probably going to be in a bigger market sooner than later.
Traction on social media, calling himself Roanoke's own vigilante. And his mission? Well, it's to make our hometowns a better place.
We live in a city where thousands and thousands of emergencies happen a day, and no one really talks about them. There are people on the street right now, homeless and not having the ability to eat at night. You got people passing them that refuse to make eye contact with them. Like that's the society we live in right now, and I think to me it really lit a fire that's not what we should be doing. I think that we can make the city a better place to live, and I think that if it takes a superhero mask to do it, let's do it.
Not really a mask.
He needs to work on his costume a little bit.
That's pretty low budget.
Now, Dunaway, do you remember
First off, if I'm stranded on the side of the road, and that guy pulls up and is getting out,
he's probably
I'm not assuming he's there to help you.
No, not comfortable. I'm agreeing.
Yeah. How many times in the history of superheroes do the good guys always wear black?
Very rarely. Batman close.
So do you remember back in like the 80s when we had a guy that had a Batmobile around here?
I was going to bring that up,
Was Willie something, I think?
I don't remember his name.
But yeah, he was, I don't know if he was a vigilante. I think he did help people that were like stranded motorists, things like that.
Yeah, I think he provided like automotive issues.
Yeah, I heard he was there to help you out with like a flat tire or if you ran out of gas or something.
Yeah, he just had an interesting mode of transportation to do it in.
Roanoke Raven, do you think we'll hear from him again on Trash one day? Or
probably not going to be great.
Yeah, it probably will be bad.
Well, I mean, at this point, It's a pretty easy costume to make. I mean, if I'm going to be a bank robber, I can see WDBJ, horrible call letters, by the way.
I had not thought of that, but
yeah,
yes.
Channel 7
Yes.
at the old DBJ. Yeah, I'm down. I don't know about anybody else.
Let's go back to Alexis in the studio. Alexis,
Are you DBJ? No, I'm Channel 4. But you could have the old copycat bank robber there.
Look at this goof deck, though.
is there a WDTF anywhere in America, Jim? Do you know?
I bet. Look it up, WDTF.
Hey, I got a picture of the Birmingham Batman, the Batmobile.
Oh, that's it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I saw it was at Burger King, believe it or
Rescue
not.
ship.
Yeah.
107.9 in Berkeley Springs, West Virginia.
WDTF?
It's a Catholic religious format.
wow.
Owned by
not.
Defenders of the Faith. Called DTF.
Well, there you go. Defenders of the Faith. It's got a name.
I bet people have tried to buy those call letters.
Boy, the rescue ship was tacky as hell.
It
Wasn't it?
was. You saw him at Burger King?
Yeah, I did.
It looks like he would be selling Burger Kings.
Taylor Swift fans have paid $25 for pieces of trash, including cigarette butts and an ovulation test kit collected near the U.S. pop queen's wedding to NFL player Travis Kelce. Now, a New York artist.
Wait, she's going to take an ovulation test kit to the wedding? I mean, you're just buying somebody else's ovulation
No, that's
kit.
what it is.
This is
It's just trash
this
outside.
is not trash from the wedding. This is trash from
outside. Okay.
Madison Square Garden at the same time as the wedding.
This makes perfect sense.
A New York artist picked up the garbage last Friday from streets around Madison Square Garden. All of the items sold individually, snatched up Wednesday within 24 hours of sales starting. Water,
I mean,
it
bottle
literally
caps,
says New York City garbage on it.
ring pop candy, police caution tape, straws, utensils, single left AirPod. Now, each item described online as a, quote, sculpture is sealed inside of a tiny plastic cube that you see there to avoid leaking or smells.
Can you check the price on that left ear pod? Because I've got a right one at the house.
You need a matching.
Hey, this kid has sold 50 different items so far. He's made over $1,200. This could have gotten you your ticket to see Messi
That's right.
again.
See, you didn't think far enough ahead, Tyler. You should have collected
I
trash.
should have purchased a flight to New York
Exactly.
and then just walked
There you
around
go.
picking up garbage.
There you go. Now
Looks
you're
like
thinking.
you could have just gone through your garbage and packaged it correctly.
It's a right
I mean,
AirPod.
you are right. There was a person years ago who sold a Ziploc bag full of air from a Kanye West concert.
Yeah.
Right.
And they sold it for like $500.
Like, it's always a great gift back
People
when
are dumb.
Alabama would play in national championship games to bring back the confetti from the actual field. Anytime I've ever given that to people as a gift. And all I do is just throw it into my coat pockets, in my pant pockets, or
I've had
in my
people
bag.
ask me to get it. Yeah.
Oh, and it's a great gift.
Yeah.
But that's confetti from the field.
That's right.
Not trash outside. Even if it had been trash inside Madison Square Garden, it'd be better than this.
It's still trash.
I've literally had Alabama and Auburn fans text me.
Did somebody ask you for Gus's gum after the 2013 national championship?
I did not have that one, no.
82-year-old woman who became trapped in her bathtub for 9 days says she survived by using her foot to catch enough water to stay alive.
I don't
She's got hairy legs. I assume this is not her legs.
That is not her, those aren't her legs.
Well, what'd she eat?
That is her on the right. Joan Rivet from Clyde, North Carolina, fell while getting ready for bed on June 1st as she lost her footing in the bathroom, fell backward into the tub, pulling down the shower curtain and rail as she landed. Fall injured her back, leaving her unable to pull herself out. She also had no way of calling for help as she lived alone and her phone wasn't in the room. As
She
the
didn't
days
have that
passed,
necklace on?
Yeah, she needs it.
She did not. She said she drifted in and out of consciousness while trying to stay alive. Quote, I'd see it get dark and lighter. I lost track, to be honest, of the days. It was quite a bit of pain. I would try to move around a little bit to get a little bit more comfortable. After becoming stuck, Rivet had no access to food, but vitally, she was able to drink water. She was literally drinking her own bath water.
That's better than dying, I guess.
Was
the tub full at the
No,
time?
it wasn't.
No, yeah.
Unable to reach the faucet with her hand, she said she managed to turn it on using her foot, allowing water to splash onto her face so she could drink. After several days without hearing from her, her brother took days.
I mean, 9 days?
Became concerned and contacted the sheriff's office to request a welfare check. He probably had fingers I think she's finally gone.
Yeah.
How long would it take you guys to call somebody and be like, I think something's wrong. I haven't heard back from them.
If I have not talked to my parents, this would be the easiest, comparison here, which my parents aren't elderly enough that they fall in a bathtub and can't get out of it. But if I had not talked to my parents in probably 3 or 4 days, like if I had tried to reach them and couldn't, I would start to wonder what's up.
Yeah, and for the 6 of us, or 7 if we include Bo, it's easy because if somebody didn't show up for work, and then
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the longest it would be
literally
is a
for
weekend.
cheese the other day, it was about 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, with you, we've called you before at 8:48.
You have called me at like 8:30, and
so it's 0 up here,
overslept.
0 days.
Yeah.
If you're not here, when we expect you to be here, then we're like,
But I mean,
is Tyler off today?
The sad reality is there's a lot of older people that, unfortunately don't have a lot of people in their lives.
That was my assumption of the story. She just didn't have anybody alive.
There's a restaurant in Florida that will accept snakes as currency and give you a free pizza if you bring in one during the Florida Python Challenge. Now, back on July 10th, the Florida Python Challenge kicked off. It's exactly what it sounds like. We've talked about this on Trash before. Annual competition challenges participants to catch Burmese pythons from different locations across Florida. It takes place over 10 days. The winner receives $10,000.
I didn't know Cece's was one of the locations.
Now, last year, the Taylor Stanberry became the first female winner as she removed 60 pythons from the competition areas. However, it's just not the $10,000 top prize. It's up for grabs. If you're hungry, you want to eat what you've caught, then a local pizza restaurant is happy to abide. They will take the pythons as payment as well.
Oh, wow.
Did y'all do while I was going the story about the snakes that got loose in China? Or is that AI?
That's AI.
Are you sure?
I didn't see that one.
No, there was a snake refuge that flooded and a bunch of...
those cobras got out.
Those cobras, yeah.
Yeah, so real quick, this is Wild Man's Pizza and Pasta. That's the owner there on the left. They do toppings that include python and iguana on the pizza.
Hey, zoom in on that pizza, Tyler. That pizza doesn't look too bad, but when you tell me it's got those kind of exotic meats on there, I don't know. I kind of like the look of that pizza.
The pizza looks great.
Yeah.
There's a place in Panama City that used to do a shark pizza.
No.
Yeah, but
No,
you don't want
thanks.
shark.
Did you get a necklace to go with it? One of the teeth?
I did not, although I was probably at the age where shark tooth necklaces
I used to have
were
a shark
cool.
tooth necklace. Alvin's Island.
Alvin's Island.
Yeah.
Now this, I'm a thin crust guy, but this looks delicious for whatever reason.
I like the look of that pizza. Yeah.
Looks very messy.
Hey, so asked in the chat, and I've answered, so I want you guys to tell me what you think the answer is here. Steven, who on the show would you not want to be in charge of making sure you're okay after several days of being no contact? So in other words, you're in this old lady situation in the tub. Who on the show would you not want to be in charge of making sure you're okay?
I think I would be a good person because I'll beat Lance to the punch here. I think I'm in everybody else's business anyway, so I'd make sure everybody was okay. I would not want it would be between one of you two. I would say it depends on if it's a weekday, I would trust Lance. If it's a weekend, Lance is going to be locked into a good movie or the Rams. But if it's a weekday, I would trust Lance to check on me.
Yeah.
No, I would check on any of you guys weekday. Again, the weekend, like every now and then we'll have a text thread, but I don't think any of us talk to anybody else.
Not really, not much on the
really.
weekend. No, I self-owned. I said it's me. I'm the one on the show you would not want to depend on checking on you if you're in a bathtub and I can't get in touch with you.
Didn't you just say it'd be like 3 or 4 days if you were trying to get in touch with your parents?
Yeah,
that you would
yeah.
then...
Yeah, I gave them 3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way,
just like me, I'm, last night I'm doing nothing. I'm sitting there and I'm like, I wonder if Forrester made it back safely from Chicago. So I texted Forrester, hey, did you make it back okay?
Yeah.
And it was about the time in my head that I thought he should be getting back from Chicago, and I almost nailed it to the minute, didn't I?
Oh, yeah. I had pulled into my driveway about 3 minutes before that text.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. So I just had this spidey sense, or excuse me, the Raven sense that says
Roanoke Raven.
Yeah, the Roanoke Raven that Man, I wonder if Forrester made it back okay.
Hey, can you show us the cheese pizza there?
Oh, at the top, that's cheese?
I think the cheese looks great.
See, I don't like just a cheese. Well, I say that. I'll eat it.
I mean, it looks like you could choke out on that. That's a lot of cheese.
That's a lot of cheese.
And finally, a woman in Canada could lose her license among other punishments after she was caught sleeping behind the wheel of her Tesla while on a highway. Now, over the years, there have been plenty of promises of fully automated
I
cars.
call timeout. Yep. Can you put Wild Man's Pizza back up?
What? What are we looking at?
What are we zooming into now?
No, we're not zooming into anything. Lance Taylor, you're telling, and I know Brown's going to say no to this.
No, I would be afraid there would be hair in the pizza.
You're looking at these two old boys right here.
I would not
and
eat
you're,
there.
You're going to go eat.
No.
Y'all are saying these pizzas look good.
Well, they do look good. I'm
No,
not
they
saying I'd
do,
eat
but
there.
there's probably hair in the pizza. I'm just saying, with the look, if somebody else prepared them and it wasn't at Wild Man's, I would definitely eat it.
In this picture on the right, Wild Man, the owner of the pizza parlor, is holding the snake, and the guy that brought the snake in is holding the pizza, right? So Wild Man's the one cooking my pizza. He's the one with the hat
and the
on.
three of these guys haven't showered in a week.
Oh, that's two different guys.
Well, maybe not.
I thought it was the same dude.
Maybe.
He's just got his hat backwards in one and not the
And
other.
he's got Mike Tice with a pencil.
Yeah, I was just wondering about, flip-flops.
No. I'm not saying I'd eat there. I'm just saying that pizza looks good.
Do they ever make it all the way through Happy Birthday, washing their hands?
Oh, this is a guy that goes, he freaking pinches one off, doesn't wash his hands, and goes back and tosses your dough.
Yeah, I mean, average length of fingernails. I mean, I'm
quite
just,
long.
I'm just rolling through the
I'm guessing
stereotypes
9
here.
short and 1 real long one. In
Yeah,
that
the old
place.
cocaine nail.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Okay, what lasts longer, Wild Man's Pizza or the Sports Bra?
Oh, Wild Man's Pizza.
Wild Man's Pizza. We did the story not long ago. Sports Bra struggling.
Lower overhead.
Yeah. For the record, I would eat there because I believe that the germs are good for you, that it helps you fight off.
There's
germs.
one going around right now. Doesn't sound too good for you.
Well, see,
the word explosive is in it.
Maybe I won't get impacted by that because I've absorbed more germs in my time. I used to use an outhouse. I literally pooped over a pile of my own poop.
Oh, it is so weird that you still say poop when you used to actually shit in an outhouse. Like
that made me gag, Joe.
Okay, so a woman in Canada, she's caught behind the wheel sleeping in her Tesla. Over the years, plenty of promises of fully automated cars. As it stands, there are a few different players in the semi-automated car market, but they still come with a will and require human intervention when necessary. That's why police still require drivers to be alert at all times. Now, over in Canada, a woman has sparked outrage as she was videoed asleep by the wheel while her Tesla drove along the Trans-Canada Highway. Video captured by another driver, Carly King, who couldn't believe what she was seeing. Quote, I did a double, triple, quadruple take, didn't understand what I was seeing, and I said to my husband, I think that lady's asleep. King said she reported to the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, Highway Patrol, who warned drivers that they have to be alert. King also claimed that she saw 2 kids on the back seats of the chair, but police have not confirmed that. Now, an attorney, Kyla Lee, told CBC that the woman could face punishments ranging from $500 to losing her license, especially if kids were involved. We don't have any more details on this. Find it hard to believe she would sleep with kids in the back, but I guess people leave their kids locked in hot cars.
Yeah, that video looks damning.
How bad are the pink handles on that?
That's so bad.
I don't like anything about the Tesla. Like, absolutely nothing.
Again, that is staged because that person perfectly drives past the Tesla while videoing, and they know that person.
Tesla's kind of a cult.
Oh,
kinda.
Yeah, or it is. Yeah.
Yeah. The thing that bothers me more than her sleeping is how slow she's driving, holding up the rest of the traffic.
Yeah, I agree with you. She was in a one lane.
Yeah, when it circles back around, you see all the people right on her bumper there.
Yeah.
All right, that is Trash Today, brought to you by our friends at Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Tomorrow, we're back with you, 9 a.m. Central Time. You guys are knocking out our new Next Reels today?
No, here's what we're planning next week, and we're going to do this on the fly, and you guys tell me what you think about this. The passing of Sam Neill at 78 years old, we are going to do a next reel full-feature Jurassic Park. What we would love to do is put Ryan Brown on the Mio table out in the lobby, let him watch it with volume. We'll check in here and there with him, and then after the viewing, we'll pull him in to get his opinion on Jurassic Park. Are you down?
Monday? Y'all do that on Monday?
Was that what the day the course is
can
closed?
The course is closed on Monday.
We can float it around.
Yeah, we could do Monday.
Let me check. I might be able to do Monday.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, let me double check on that.
But you could also have a later tee time if we did it on Tuesday.
Of course,
Wednesday.
closed on Monday. Well, yes. Yeah. Okay. We'll figure it out. We'll do it. I'm up for that.
But that's what we're planning on doing next week.
Okay, so that's the new Next Reels when that drops, maybe on Monday. Stay tuned. Set your alerts always. OG kickoff, the last call, the usual folks that are on our platforms. Go check all that out. Brooks and everything going on social media at Next Round Live. Until next time, God bless you and God bless America.